All right, friends. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning to my special guest this morning, covering for Peter, covering for John. Megan, how are you today?
Good morning, sir. I am well. It is early. It is
Yes,
I've been up
yes.
since three o'clock in the morning to get ready for
Oh
this.
boy, oh
So,
boy.
I
Ouch.
also had to get up to grow my hair. But there's too much bald men in BBT on this YouTube stream, so I
Yeah.
gotta represent.
No, and you are representing very, very well. And you're right. There's a lot of bold men in BBT, and I'm not too far from it. I got like put the pool. You got like the pond. Like I got the pond coming, right? So
Oh
it's
yeah, you
there.
do.
It's there, but I'm trying to hold it off as much as I can. But it's on his way, my friend. It's on his way. Good thing our fearless leader has a great set of hair, so hopefully he makes up for the rest of us that are losing it.
That he does. He
Friends
does.
over on YouTube, good morning. Over in the chat, good morning. As we get ready for this beautiful, beautiful market day, maybe not so beautiful in some of the tickers that we just see continue to slide here. I mean, it is.
Oh, Carlos, I think we lost your audio.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yep, there you are.
oh, sorry. All right.
You're back.
Sorry about that. All right, good. Glad to be back. So again, just going over our gappers list again. A lot of stuff in the red this morning. I think it's continuing to slide, so we'll dive into all of that there today. All right, before we jump into it, Megan, I don't think they showed you how to update this economic calendar, did they?
No, they sure didn't, but that's okay. I can just
Okay,
fly off the cuff. So,
love it.
this morning we had the initial jobless claims. It was forecasted at 215,000, but it actually came in a little bit higher at 231. So we are seeing a rise in the jobless claims this morning. We have jolts at 10. So for those of you that are in positions 30 minutes after the open, just make sure you keep an eye on your positions. We've got jolts at 10, and then we've got natural gas inventories at 10:30. So that's our economic data for today.
All right, awesome. Love it, friends. All right, let's dive into some of these tickers here. I know we had some earnings last night as well, so we'll get into that also in just a bit here. But let's look at some of the top tickers leading the way. Gapping up, our NAS is up 42%. So low flow tickers on the first two. I don't expect a whole lot of greatness out of these ones. Again, typically our process. We don't look at these lower flow stocks. It's not part of my trade book or strategy. So RNAS is the first one on deck. We are just got going. Looks like we're up 50%. I love when stocks do that. Up 50% just from 2 minutes ago. 3.4 million shares traded. Again, fun to watch. Probably not going to be traded. Was has 1480 and as low as 950 in this pre-market session. Now, Megan, not sure if you had a chance to look at this one. Is there any news behind it? Sometimes a lot of these low flow tickers don't need a whole lot to do this.
Yeah, this is a bio stock, and they had a colorectal cancer study to test a new drug on on a treatment process. So, biopharmaceuticals, they can be crazy if you want to YOLO your life on those. Sometimes you could buy a boat tomorrow if you really wanted to
Yeah.
YOLO on some biopharmaceuticals, but you could also be
Re-
looking for a job,
remortgaging the house. Remortgaging the house. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Refinancing, don't do that. All right, friends. So again, careful. There is some news on this one, but be extremely cautious. Again, won't be on my list. It's a good popcorn ticker. If you want to watch it for entertainment purposes, why not? We'll put it under the popcorn list here because it is high flying. But again, be very, very careful. So RNAS going in our popcorn stock there. All right, back to our list from tradingterminal.com as we look at the next one here. This one has made a lot of noise lately and it's added again here, BNAI. So BNAI, we've seen it pop up here. Was it about a week ago or so? Yeah, about maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago. We had this insane movement. If you guys remember, the first one went to like 65. It was just wild, right? And then it dropped back down. The next day, did some more. Then the following day after this initial pop, went all the way up to this is like 90, it was like 85 something. I mean, just insane. So back down to reality a little bit here. And today we're seeing some more of this madness, up 30%. Also, again, as I mentioned earlier, a low flow sitting at 2.7 million shares traded. I mean, another one that's fun to watch, but I don't think it's really tradable. And I don't even remember what the news was on this one. Megan, when it created all this momentum.
They did have a share buyback or a stock split or something like that around that time, but today they've got a the termination of a standby equity purchase agreement. So they basically had previously permitted the company to sell up to $50 million worth of its common stock to investors from time to time, and I guess they've terminated that, which it kind of shrinks the share pool a little bit, which makes the stock price typically rise. So that's what's happening with them today.
All right, there you go. Again, another one that I love to watch, but I probably will not be trading it at all. BNAI, another popcorn ticker here for us. All right, friends. Let's look at what else we got going on here. RELX, we did see this yesterday or the day before. Again, not really tradable, not really getting a whole lot of volume on here. It is not a low flow, it's a massive flow, actually 1.8 billion, so it's huge, but again, just not really tradable. And you could tell if you just look at the intraday action. Take an example at yesterday, right? Here's how it traded yesterday. Again, just not a whole lot going on. Very, very light volume. And even the day before that, when they had the big gap down, the majority of the big move happened pre-market on their gap down of their news. And then intraday did nothing, right? So pretty stale there. And again, I expect more of that, especially after we start moving away from their event that caused this drop. You're going to see just the volume continue to drop off here. So don't like it. Probably spend too much time on it. Anything to add on that one, Megan?
No, I'm not even seeing anything new on this, so I would just skip it.
Yeah, let's skip it. Nothing to see there. TPR is next. TPR this morning. What do we got here? We are up 5.8. Another one that's just, I mean, it doesn't look great for the way I trade. 354,000 shares traded. Do they have earnings, maybe? I think it's
Yeah,
probably
they
the
were
only
supposed
time
to
we
have
look
it.
at this.
Yeah, they were supposed to have it before the open today. So let's see. It looks like they beat on revenue. They raised their consensus, increase and then increased the share buyback plan for 2026. So it was earnings related.
Yeah, stuff like this when, again, we know the name, we see it 4 times a year when earnings or something breaks or something breaks. But for the most part, not really tradable. So I'll keep it off my list. All right. And then what else we have here? Kelly B. Kelly B is just moving its way all the way to the top here. It is up. Is that right? 385%? My goodness. All right. Let's see what this low flow
Yeah,
is all about.
that's what I'm
I want to go
saying.
see the train wreck. Let's go see what's happening. Oh, it is a train wreck. This is, I don't know what's going on. There's barely any volume. This thing went up to 117 cents and as low as $15 today. What a show, guys. Get the popcorn. I'm gonna put this on my popcorn list. Another one that I just wanna, just for fun, just for fun. I'm gonna put Kelly B here. This is just nasty. Megan, is anything worth talking about on this one here?
I'm honestly not seeing anything on this stock. Maybe something about HR or something, staffing. I mean, that's what the company's for. It's a staffing company, it seems like. But as far as new news, I'm not seeing anything. Is the community seeing anything out there? Because I got nothing. I don't know why
No,
this is up so much this morning.
this man, that is brutal. Maybe they're doing something with their 4 employees, but this is what we're gonna do on this one. We're gonna definitely roll the truck. That is just garbage. Um, I don't think even can. I don't think even deserves to be on our popcorn list. But again, it's up 390%. So I gotta see how that's gonna end. So I will keep it on there just for laughs. All right, that's pretty much our gap up list. I mean, we have AVGO, which I know many people like. So let's look at AVGO this morning. I know a lot of you guys like watching this one. Again, some of these tech and companies really taking a dive. We saw with AMD, we saw with some other ones, we saw with Tesla. Tesla under 400. I mean, that is yeah, things are not doing too well. PLTR 135. I mean, that's dropping quite a bit as well. So we got a lot of stuff in the red this morning. AVGO is no different. I think today is going to be one of those days where you can pick your favorites, especially as our gap down list. I mean, look at it. It's just massive. Continues to grow with a lot of the kind of sell-off sentiment that we're getting here. All right, so this is good. We got some time. Megan, give us a little bit about the way you trade, the way you prepare in the morning. Anything you like on this gap up list? Like, what is your process, right? Like, I'm very familiar with what kind of John does, of course, what Peter does, because he's on with us every day. But how about you? What is your like morning routine to get ready? Are you looking at the gappers list? Are you looking at, I know you look at higher time frames. I know you look at things that have been moving on a much bigger time frame than we do sometimes here. But give us a bit of what you do in the mornings to get ready.
Well, I
Besides
wake up
waking up
very
at 3
early.
a.m. like you had to do today.
And then I roll into my hot tub with my phone in my hand and I scroll through charts on my phone while sitting in the hot tub under the moon and the stars. I have a pretty, relaxing wake up for the most part. And I look at charts from there. I look at the news. I find out, if are there any catalysts or anything I'm interested in, as far as like earnings or anything like that. But the main thing that I really look for, and like you mentioned, I do trade off of the higher time frame charts. So I am looking to see has anything recently or in the after hours or yesterday even moved close to an area of supply or demand. So I'm a big supply, demand, and value trader. And so I'm basically looking for areas on the chart where larger institutional players are more likely to step into the market. So I want to be close to one of those locations, and then I'm looking for just an intraday setup using market structure for a play. So and a lot of times traders will trade the gap up and they'll trade stocks that have a catalyst, but sometimes those days that they have a catalyst or even a gap up, they're not necessarily in play for me because I'm very much a particular location on the chart type of trader. So Google might be gapping up, but it might not be in a place of higher time frame supply or demand for me to trade for maybe 3 days. So once something has a catalyst, I will start to just kind of keep an eye on it to see if it ever gets to an area that I'm interested in, and then I will watch the higher time frame for a play in that location.
All right, awesome. And now for this morning, as far as anything gapping up, is there anything there that catches your attention that you have looked at saying, hey, this could be a potential today that I'm going to be watching front and center?
Yeah, I think Google is interesting. It recently lost. It was recently trying to hold on top of an area of supply, and it's recently gotten underneath that after earnings. So I'll actually share you my screen here, Carlos, if you want to put it on, and I can
Yeah,
point
we
around
can.
for a second.
Sure.
So for those of you that have taken any of my classes in PCT or have worked with me privately or in BBT, Google recently had a large seller that stepped into the market back in November. And lately buyers have been trying to hold on top of that seller, and so I've been looking to see can buyers actually start to expand away from here. And once earnings came out yesterday, we actually flushed that area. So now that we're back under this original seller, you can notice how high the volume is from that seller. Now that we're back underneath them today, what I'm looking for is if we push back up into that area of selling, do we see some more sellers step into the market yet again? So I think that area is interesting. If buyers want to come in and they want to, slam through it and get back on top of it, that'll be an interesting location too. But overall, I think Google is setting up for some higher time frame plays around this location. And now that their earnings are out, maybe we start to see them expand a little bit. So I do like Google. I've got my eye on that one today for sure.
All right. I kind of like Google today too, man. It's very, very active and looking forward to see how that does today. Typically, one of my least favorite tickers is usually Google and Microsoft for the way I trade. But today, there's no question. Google is clearly in play as you see the reaction here after earnings, as Megan just broke that down. So adding that down to my list. And now let's get to the gap down. As I mentioned earlier, I mean, everything is on here, guys. Pick your favorite. We're not going to be able to go through everything. Today, you can really pick your usual suspects, and I think you'll be fine, especially in the tech world. A lot of these tech companies, I mean, Tesla under 400. You got AMD. Did AMD recover later in the day? No, it did not. It just kept selling off. Look at it now. It kept selling off, so it did not recover towards the later parts of the day. And here we're not gapping down, which is a good thing because they sold off so much yesterday. So it's just trying to hold here. So these
Yeah,
are
and
two that are going to be on my list. Yeah.
Carlos, this one too, AMD is something to definitely keep an eye on. We have a huge
Hmm.
gap on AMD from back in beginning of October. Uh,
Yeah.
and if the semiconductors continue to sell off, this one has the path of least resistance. So if Nvidia sells off, if we get AVGO dropping this morning, SMCI, TSM, if we just start to see the semiconductor space tick down, if AMD starts to lose some of these support levels down here around the 200 area, there is a very large gap on this. So as far as stuff that could expand and move rather quickly, I think AMD has the path of least resistance here.
Yeah, and I love the way this one trades too, and I like that. Look at, I mean, just look at the daily, very very clear with where those levels are. So far, AMD and Google on my list. I'm gonna look at just at the top, maybe three or so. They're down quite a bit, 15, 13, and 12%. I mean, silver is just playing with people's feelings here now. Silver is just it is it's I was hearing Bloomberg early this morning, and they were talking about how much Chinese investors like bought a lot of their silver, right? Bought into a lot of silvers and minerals, and they kind of basically turned this into like a meme. Like the guy was actually using the word. They turned this into like a meme type stock, and I was like, oh wow, you usually don't hear those type of words from certain analysts over on Bloomberg, but that's what he was saying. He's like, they invested so much in it. When you have all that investments, that can create problems and insane volatility, and that's what we're seeing now. At least that was his thought of this at the moment. And look at it. Look at the daily. I mean, just massive sell off. Little bit of a pop here, still sold off in today, making a new low and gapping down a 12%. Megan, are you dabbling in any of these silver stuff? Are you looking at any of this or tracking it? You are
No,
on
I'm
mute.
not.
Oh,
I've never traded silver or gold in my entire life. I just lost audio. Did you guys lose audio on Carlos?
no, I got you, but you froze for a minute. Um,
Oh, we lost you, Carlos.
no, I'm here. Can you guys hear me over on YouTube? Check, check, check. Yeah, I, uh, okay. Yeah, I don't see I lost audio. But Megan, did I lose you? Can you hear me? Uh, okay. I don't know why Megan cannot hear me though. All right. So let me text Megan. I think it's something's went a little bit funky on her end. I'll just text her here. I think I lost you. Lost your audio. She was a great girl. Yes, she was a great girl. We usually say he was a good man when one of the guys falls off and we can't hear them. But yes, she was a great girl. All right. What else, friends? What else? What else? Just trying to see. I see you there, Megan. Um, looks like she's going to try to reconnect and come back. All right, good. All right, so silver clearly in play. I'm going to add it here into my secondary list, and we'll pick the favorite out of all these popcorn tickers to look at today. We're not going to watch. We're not going to look at all of these, right? We'll pick one or two. But SLV, definitely going to be watching this. So let me just look at it go. It is wild. Talk about the fun being over here for now, at least. All right, Meg. I see you reconnect. So make sure I got your audio.
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Your lips were moving, but I couldn't hear anything. I was doing the sports
Mm.
announcer thing where, the people on the football field are talking and everybody like puts words in their mouth. That's what you were.
I gotcha. All right. Let's see here. What I did was I'm gonna reset my mic, just reset it, just in case that causes anything. But we'll keep track of it. All right, and all right. So continue on the gap down list. Let's take a look at the first ones on here. FLNC is leading the way. They're down 15% this morning. 346,000 shares traded. So energy ticker here today doesn't look great as far as intraday actions. I'm just looking at the 5 minute. Yesterday had a big sell off, which could be causing some of this continuation today. I'm not sure. I really think today I'm going to be going with a lot of our usual suspects, Megan. I don't know if you looked into this one or if you like it at all, but I'm not a fan myself.
Yeah, I've never traded this one before, and I agree with you. I think the fact that a lot of our Mag 7 and our bigger players are moving so well right now, I think that's the main focus today. Of course, we can keep going through these, but a lot of stuff is just moving in sympathy with the market, or obviously there are earnings and things too, but there's so many good so many good movers right now that the bigger names are the ones that I'll be watching for sure.
Yeah, same here. Let's look at HYMC, see if there's anything interesting happening here. Oh, we have somebody that joined. Who was this? Let's go back up here. I know someone just joined, so welcome. I lost their name here for a second, but someone joined earlier in the show, so congratulations on joining. Oh, there it is. Shamaila Bazia. Shamaila Bazi. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Appreciate you joining. Take advantage of all the videos and everything else that we have to offer for you, as well as the giveaway happening later today of the Funded account. So another one dropping here as well. Oh, mining. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a mining ticker. So we clearly know what's going on. There's a lot of mining stuff here on the gap down list. HL, AG. I mean, we have a bunch of stuff that's taking a hit when it comes to mining. This list just like tripled. It wasn't this long, Meg. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It was not this long a second ago. I mean, this is
no.
Wow. All right. Yeah, it is. Look at your usual suspect type day today. So I'm gonna skip this one and let's go to you, Megan. What do you like as far as gapping down? I know you like Google, you like AMD today. Anything else that might be gapping down even harder today?
Tesla tends to make really good moves in general, so I think that Tesla's worth watching today. Um, it- it's so honestly, this week and last week have been so hard to choose. I have to be honest with you. I prefer the days where I wake up and there's like one or two things that I'm interested in because everything else looks
Right.
boring. Right now, I'm just like I feel like you could throw a dart at the market and just pick
Yeah.
something random and you would be able to take a trade on it. Everything is starting to move, and that's what happens when when some of our big players start to sell off. People get nervous, they start dumping positions, and you start to see this kind of like this flush that just starts to occur. But one that's been really in play is PLTR since earnings. I've played it both days this week, and yesterday I was able to catch a flush on it from 153 down to 143. And what I like about this one this morning is that it is sitting below a very key weekly level at 143. So around
What was the ticker,
143,
Megan? I missed the ticker. What was it?
PLTR,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
PLTR. So on the weekly chart, it is sitting below 143, and that's a very key level for PLTR. And so I think this morning, one that I will have on watch because it's very much been in control from the sellers for a while. We've been seeing distribution up here on PLTR for months now. We have started to potentially enter a contraction phase or a bear market phase in the market. So for those of you that have taken my course on Trading Terminal or have come to the PCT classes, we've got 4 different phases in the market, and PLTR is looking like it could start to enter into a contraction phase, which is phase 4. And so under 143, I am interested to see if PLTR starts to sell off. So, maybe a pullback to 143 this morning for a play or just a pure continuation on this thing. So it's definitely been active. I think a lot of people were waiting for earnings to come out before they, made any decisions about it. But PLTR for sure will be on my watch list this morning.
Yeah, I like trading this one. So we'll definitely be putting it on my list as well. They can trade very well. Just again, another one of our usual suspects that has great volume this morning and dropping like almost everything else in this market. You know what? You know what? You can't find Kelly B because I actually wrote Kelly correctly. I think it's KELYB. I think it's only one L. I think. It's a popcorn ticker.
Yeah.
And one Y. Yeah. So it's a popcorn ticker. I have it here just because it's up 423%. We'll see how this ends, but it's really not tradable. Like I'm really not going to be looking at any opportunities in this ticker. It's just for fun. That's when you see that popcorn ticker there at the bottom, the little popcorn icon, anything to the right of that, it's just for fun, right? And sometimes it could be something good there that's just going to be too risky to even mess around with. All right, friends. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be picking, as Megan said, some of our usual suspects. I already have Google, AMD, Tesla. I will be adding a PLTR right now as well, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And today's going to be one of those days where you could really look at anything and still get an opportunity. So it's a tough day to kind of fine tune, specific number of things that are seriously in play because at this moment I think the whole market right now is in play. So just
Yeah,
pick your
Carlos,
favorites.
for you, you're someone who is a 5 minute ORB trader, and I know there are a lot of traders out there that start with that system and that strategy, and
Yep.
it's a good strategy when things are moving like this. So how do you like when there's so many things that are moving like it is this morning, how do you filter and actually choose one or two? Do you choose by how much volume something has, or do you rank it from which one has the largest gap? Like how do you go through and say, this is my 5 minute ORB today?
Yeah, you know what? It's actually a crazy process. On a day like today, you can really pick anything. I don't actually do it by volume or the biggest gap. I actually go down to which ones have I traded well in the past. Something as simple
Okay,
as that.
yeah.
Like, which one have I had success with in the past? Like, for example, Tesla. We got if I look at my interactive brokers, Tesla is my most traded ticker by far, and I do very well on it, right? AMD, Nvidia, not so much lately, right? So Nvidia's been trading very choppy, so that's the one that I'm not going to be watching just based on the experience in the last couple of weeks with that one's been extremely choppy. So to the point where everything is looking so good today, everything is somewhat gapping down between 2 and 5% of all the tickers that I like. I'm gonna start now add an extra layer of filter, which we normally don't, of okay, which ones do I actually trade well?
Hmm.
Which ones have I had success with in the past? Uber, for example, we traded it yesterday, but it's a stock that barely moved. We barely got 2 hours on it, right? And I knew this, but they had their earnings. But from experience, I know that Uber's not a stock that I'm gonna be watching on a regular basis because it just don't trade well. So even today, look at they're down 1.1. They got a little bit of volume. That's not one I'm gonna pick just based on that. Right, so that's the thing I look at when you have so much, man. That's just today. It's gonna be tough to try to find, like the blockbuster watch list that these are the ones in play. It's gonna be very difficult to do that because everything looks good. You know,
Yeah,
everything looks good.
yeah, and I agree with you. I think that, there are definitely tickers that you get familiar with. You get familiar with their spread, you get familiar with how they move, you get familiar with levels, and that does kind of help filter out some of that. So that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone in the on YouTube is mentioning hymns ripping. Did we mention hymns this morning? I feel like we did not, unless you did it when I couldn't
No,
hear you.
no, we did not. And yeah, look at him go here. Let's take a look. I know we had them was it on our watch list yesterday, or somebody brought it up yesterday? I forget the reason why, right? So I think there was just they had gapped up, and look at it go now. So yeah, I'm not sure what the news is. Up 15% here. Good volume, 4.5 million shares traded. So that looks good. This is one that is interesting because it's doing almost the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So it kind of makes you want to watch it. Not the best intraday trading ticker most days, but I'm not sure what the news is. If anybody knows anything,
Y-
let us
Yeah, it
know.
looks like they are introducing a Wegovy pill copy at $49. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard something of them doing something like that, but I guess it's more finalized or something. And I heard about cancer last. I think it was it cancer or something. I think yesterday. So they had so many headlines coming out. This company. Um, Yeah, I'll put it on here. Hymns. We'll put it on secondaries. Let's see what it does today.
I'm gonna throw
Um,
my screen up one more time. Hopefully that doesn't
yeah.
screw up the audio. But if you take a look at hymns, one thing that's really interesting about it, when you're asking me like, what am I looking for my trading? This is a very good example. So, hymns is right now in a location where we've previously seen a lot of buying. So, if you look at this chart, we had this huge expansion on hymns and a lot of volume coming in. And so, when I mark this chart, on the weekly, I would mark this zone, and I already have it sitting here. So clearly I've looked at this recently at some point. And this is what I would mark as an area of demand. What this is showing is that institutional players came into this stock at one point in time. So back in May, we had earnings, we had something exciting, and there was a lot of institutional players because look at the volume on that. And so today, where we're sitting, if you notice this kind of dashed orange line on here, that is where we're at in the pre-market. So if I bring it over to, we'll just say the like a 1 hour chart, you can see us sitting in that zone of previous buyers. So what this is telling me is that the stock itself has pulled back to an area where institutional players were previously. It kind of dipped below it, and then, as they like to do, they put out news this morning, and the stock is being bought back up into demand. So I would say, continuation plays on this one, if it can hold above demand, would be something interesting. It's an area that we've seen previous buyers, so I would look for buyers to come into this again.
Yeah, it's awesome, and they got the volume, and seem very interesting right now. So look at it go. Let's see what it does. And what I like about it too, Megan, is doing something different than everything else. Like if you want to play downside today, at the moment, right? Like, you have many other things to choose from. This is doing the opposite on some positive news, so could be interesting. Only reason I have it on my secondary, guys, is because I don't trade it very well, right? So that could change. We'll see how it does here. All right, friends. Let's take a look at the chat room. See what you guys have this morning. Let's go over to chat. Let's get some tickers from the chat room. Let's get some tickers over from our YouTube channel, and also we are live on X. I see Consistency Spike on there. Mr. Davis on there. Ben is on there. Who else is on here? So good morning to all you guys. What they like to call themselves, the VIP lounge over on X. All right, let's. They call themselves the VIP lounge. I like it. I like it. All right, let's see. General Jim, thoughts on the hood. How about coin? The only reason I know about coin is because coin, when you save your dash, Megan, and you open your dash, this is the one tick, the whatever you save that layout as, that's the ticker that comes
Yeah.
up. So I guess the last time I saved it was with coin, and every morning I wake up to coin. I'm like, oh, every morning is down. Every morning is down, down, down. So we're down again today, and that's the first ticker I look at every morning is coin.
You know what the worst thing is though, is when you had a really terrible trading day and you just got smacked in the face by the market and you accidentally save your desktop that day. So the next day when you wake up,
Oh
you open
yeah.
your screen and it's like just PTSD flashing in your
Uh,
face.
yeah, it would have been very bad for me and Peter if MP was one that came up every time. Because both, I don't know if you know the story, but both me and Peter lost our you know what on this stock. It
Oh
was like
no.
around a couple of months back. I think it was either here, but we both, like, we broke our rules. We averaged down. I mean, whatever you can possibly do, we did it live here with you guys on this stock. And it was not like one person was trading well and could help the other one. Hey, maybe we should leave that one alone. No, we were both overtrading the crap out of it. And at one point, I think Peter, he was very quiet. If you guys remember on YouTube and on the channel, he was very quiet. And I'm just, no, I stopped trading it. And then I go, Peter, are you trading MP? He's like, yeah. He was very quiet. He tried to sneak one in without telling me. Oh, that guy. All right, but yeah, I'm with you on that. So yeah, going back to coin hood and everything, Bitcoin, it's all down. I mean, it's just, it goes back to the pie of so much in play, so difficult on what you're going to actually select. I know coin is one of my favorites getting down to this level. When they're hanging out at a higher price, like 300, 400, they're much difficult to trade. The price action does change at the price ranges that you're in. When they were back down to around 240, I'm sorry, below 200, around 180, 200 in this area, they traded much better. And even before that, they also traded very good when they were at a lower price. We used to trade them all the time. Once they got above 300, something clearly changed. It was a lot more difficult. We're now getting into this beautiful price areas that I like on coins. So I'm probably going to be watching that one. And hood, since you were asking for that one, that's another one that also can trade very well. Down this morning, we're looking at 685,000 shares traded. But I'm sorry, 1.6 million shares traded. So you got tons of it. You can select either one of these today. So I might do that. I might look either at coin or hood. I think it'll be one of the good ones to look at today. All right, what else, friends? APLD. Let's see, APLD is Applied Digital. Not as attractive as some of the other stuff that I like here. Megan, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Sean might be calling this one out because I did have a swing on APLD, but when the market started to sell off yesterday, unfortunately, I had to bail on my position for my swing. Managing risk, of course, because you don't know how far the market's going to sell off once it starts going. So you trade the plan, and if it gets to your stop out, you just got to take it. But this one has been interesting in regards to just the recent swings that it has had on like the weekly and daily charts. I've never played this for a day trade, but there's a lot of swing traders that have been keeping their eye on this one. So I might keep an eye on it just to see if it sets up again for a swing position. But as far as day trading goes, I won't be looking at this one.
Yeah, for new traders out there, that is a good point. There's a lot of tickers that for day trading are just horrible. So when you see me say, "Hey, this is garbage," clearly talking about I'm looking at a very through a very narrow lens. I'm looking at the way I trade, my two strategies, you know, 5 minute ORB and VI breakout, and then I'm looking at the way it looks for actual very short time trading, right? Very short intraday action. So for swing, it could be a whole different ball game, like SanDisk, right? I think this stock is
Mm.
probably one of the most difficult stocks to day trade because, you can always limit your risk by taking less shares, but holding back through a $30 pullback is just it's just unsettling a little bit. I like, no, no, thank you. I'd rather do something else. But for swing, for swinging this behind opportunities, it can be a very, very lucrative and an amazing stock to watch. So,
Yeah.
but today here, you see the volume. I mean, it's just incredible what the stock has done.
Carlos, you got some staticky audio going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Today, the something is. I don't know what's happening with the cables are
There we go.
crossing over each other. I don't know what is going on. So something's happening with all these cables and mics. It's not loving our
There we
sound
go.
today, but we'll get through it. All
Take
right.
take a look at the weekly chart on SNDK real quick. Take a look at
That's gonna
that
be yeah,
shooting star stuffed candle. Like,
yeah.
my goodness.
I know.
That, so- that is a candle you do not want to see.
No, 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 no. It's wild. It's wild. But yeah, lots of fun on this one. I love watching it. It's just incredible what it has done in a short period of time. All right, what else, friends? I mean, I'm pretty much set with my list, but I would love to see what else you guys want us to look at and kind of get some thoughts and ideas. No, no, it's not that. The mic is very far away. I'm not rubbing on the mic, and it's not the mic at all. The mic is actually very good. It's something with the connections and the cables going into the system, right? When you run everything off of computers, things can there's not a lot of physical hardware. Everything's running off of CPU, so that's gonna cause problems here and there. All right, what else? I think that's it for me. I got Google, I got AMD, I got Tesla, I got PLTR. I can't think of anything else that I'm missing to add to this list. Even so far, QCOM. Let's take a look at that one. QCOM today. Um, Again, just similar to everything else, down quite a bit, 11.2. Did they have earnings last night? They must have because they
Yeah.
got a big drop here.
Yeah, they had earnings. They did beat, but they guided below consensus. So that's part of it. And then they also Bank of America downgraded them to neutral from a buy. So not the best news for QCOM when the market is already bleeding. You would like some good news when the market is bleeding to maybe help you not bleed so much. But yeah, so
Yep.
yeah, it was an earnings catalyst.
All right, there we go. And another one, you guys were mentioning Amazon. The Amazon, didn't they have earnings? Is it tonight they have earnings? It's tonight, I believe, that their
Yeah,
earnings
it's
come in.
tonight. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So nothing to see right now. Again, this is probably one of my least favorites today. I mean, it's not doing anything else interesting other than what everybody else is doing, but selling off. So if you like this one, for example, that's a great example here, right? Um, Amazon is selling off today. You got AMD selling off. You got SMCI selling off. You got Tesla selling off. I'm gonna skip Amazon because I trade the other ones better today. But Amazon is not bad at all. Like so, chill block if 8120. If you want to look at Amazon today, you're good. Today's one of those days where you can actually trade Amazon very very well. So I would definitely take a look at it. Okay. AVGO we did look at earlier. We could look at it again here. Again, another one that's pretty much down as well for everything else. And if you like to trade this one, like I know a lot of you guys do, this is one of your favorite stickers to put on the list. Definitely do so. I think it'll be in play today, depending how the market goes and what the overall market and these tech companies want to do today. It's going to be very very interesting. All right. I think we're good, friends. Let's do this. Let's go over to bearwithtrades.com where you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today is Thursday, so we'll focus on that. All you have to do is go to the top and click on webinars, if I could find it here. There it is, webinars, and then Megan's going to take you through what is happening on this beautiful Thursday.
Yeah, it is Thursday indeed. So we have Lenny doing mentorship at 11 a.m. in our webinar room. So you can join Lenny there for his mentorship session. And then we've got the options mentorship today with Jared, which I did used to be a part of. So I can attest that that's a great mentorship session. So if you are into options, definitely join Jared today at 12 p.m. Eastern in the webinar room as well. And then we have Thor tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern doing his Thor's Day mentorship session as well.
All right. Sorry about that. I switched down you. There we go. And then here's how we join.
And then this is how you join. At the bottom, click anyone you want. You could do an intro access, get 1 week for $39. You could do a basic and you could come join us for a month. I think that even just after a week, you would enjoy BBT. So you come there and at 2 p.m. Eastern, I always want to talk in Pacific time, but at 2 p.m. Eastern, every single day of the week, you get to hang out with me and we get to do technical analysis together. So that's in the main chat room. So you could get that under the intro. You could get that under the basic. You get access every day to me. And I know that's why you want to join for sure. And if you don't join, you could at least give me a thumbs up today for getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be here.
Oh, absolutely. And why do you live in the West Coast again? I mean, you could live anywhere in the world. Why do you live there?
Let me
Please
tell you why.
explain.
Because when you're out here sending us photos of your car with 2 feet of snow on top of it, I'm sitting in my pool in the California
Yes.
sunshine.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Very good, friends. Let's give Megan a nice thumbs up for waking up so early in the morning from the West Coast to join us here. Really appreciate it. All right, friends, let's get some levels in place. Yeah, keep me posted. I checked the cables; it looks good, but keep me posted. My mic does get staticky. I can go ahead and just reset it, but let me know because I can hear anything. It sounds all good to me on my ears over here. All right, let's go with the first one on deck, friends. It's going to be Google this morning, and let's do some levels on the daily. Google looks good. This is one of the best pre-market actions on Google we've seen in a very, very long time. So really like this here. Look at the drop we're getting. So low of the pre-market is going to be 313.88. Your high is just above the lows from yesterday, right over here, to 329.75. So we'll keep that there. And then below that, we have a nice level right smack in the middle of the highs and lows, 321.63. You got this area where a couple of days are just slamming into. So we're definitely going to mark that down on there. And you can see it going back even through November and December. You do have those levels there as well. Just in case we do continue on this bloodbath, as Brian would say, the humanity this morning. So we continue. This is like a slight level at 310. So just $3 below where our pre-market low is right now. You got a couple of days in there as well. And then another level closer towards 300, 305.87. It's a good one this morning. So keep an eye on those two. Megan, I know you're watching this one. How are your levels being set up? And I'm going to go to your screen here on Google, since I know you look at higher time frames. I know this is one of your favorite ones for today.
Yeah, so what I do for my trading is I pick the higher time frame zone. So just like I mentioned earlier, we are sitting below a higher time frame area of sellers. So once we get below that area, I'm now looking at levels from a 5-minute chart from a market structure perspective. So what I want to see is either a 5-minute break of structure, which would mean that we are starting to trend lower on the 5-minute chart, and that would set me up for an intraday play, or I would look for a pullback into this 4-hour supply zone and yesterday's value. So from market value perspective. So I've got 2 areas marked on here that I would be looking for a setup. So either below the earnings low or a pullback into supply and yesterday's value. So that's what I've got on watch here.
All right, awesome. So take note, friends. And Megan has tons of videos in our education center over at Bear with Traders, also in Trading Academy. So if you want to learn more about these higher time frames and the way she does those levels, you got tons of videos that go into a lot more details on that information. So take a look at that. Next on here is going to be AMD for me, friends. Continues to slide here. What a drop for AMD. Hanging out at 250, now below almost 200 for the most part, especially after yesterday's massacre. 196.73 for an AMD is the low of the pre-market there, and then the high. Wait, let me get my correct charts here. And then the high of the pre-market today is hanging out at a 205, right? 205.08 on AMD is the high of the pre-market. So you can see, as Megan even mentioned this earlier, look at the level of support that we have here. We have this huge gap that took place in October. But clearly, here's an interesting area where we had, let me show you the right charts, where we had support in the past, right? We have major support here. So let's see if this can hold. But again, at the end of the day, I think the overall market will have its way today. So keep an eye on the SPY, on the Qs, and see what the overall sentiment is. Next level I have here is 186.93. So I am going to put that down there as well. So that's it for AMD. Again, pretty good today. Tons of volume, 2.3 million. Looking forward to that one. Next is Tesla. Well, look at the slide Tesla has here. Tesla down to 394.51 is the lowest of the pre-market session this morning, so we're going to slam that there. And then towards the top, you got plenty of levels here. So you got your highs and lows for the last two trading days. I don't think you need to add anything else here. Don't make it more complicated than what it is. You got your previous day close there. Your high of your pre-market is just slightly above the previous day close. You can mark it if you like, 408.20, but again, previous day close is going to be the big important level here as we go through our day. Towards the bottom, in case we do lose that low of the pre-market, we got a nice level down at 384.79 on the daily. We had a previous nice double bottom bounce there back in November. All right, let's continue with the last one on my list. Again, very focused list today. I know you can get very crazy today and have a bunch of stuff on there, but we're going to stay very focused. Just these 4 tickers for me. PLTR is another one that trades very, very well. And here we are. Look at the low of the pre-market holding strong here. I know the low is down at 134.66, so we're going to put that there. But you can see how much support you're getting here right at that area after the nice drop just a few minutes ago. So there it is, trying to hold that there. Towards the top, we do have the previous day close, the high of the pre-market slightly above that, so we'll mark that down at 140.90. And then here we do have also 147.82. I'm going to scroll to the left a little bit, see what else we find towards the bottom. We haven't been down here in quite some time, and like many of these tickers, it's been a while since we've been down at these levels that we created the last couple of days. A lot of stuff has been high flying and just taken off. We're going back to June, July timeframe, 130.40, and then we also have another. Here it gets a little bit messy. It's just a lot happening, but I'm gonna go with this one level here, 126.27. There's several here that you can go off. I'm just gonna go with this one that has the support and resistance, 126.97. All right, friends, that is oh no, it's not showing the right place. That is yeah, that is my watch list. Megan, what is our team watching today?
All right, so Mr. Jared, the options man, he will be watching AMD and MSTR as his main ones. And then on secondary, he's got Google and Amazon for a potential pre-earnings play. Mike is watching AMD, Tesla, and Google. And he, I believe, is also trading live this morning with our Peak Capital boot campers. So that's what he's got on watch. And then Phil will be watching Google, Apple, Tesla, and SanDisk.
All right, there we go, friends. So just a couple of minutes to the market open as we get ready here. And May, I think you're hanging out with us for the market open for a couple of minutes before you have to run. So we'll get to see you trade here live with us.
Yeah, we'll see if we put something on or not this morning. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
stick around for a little bit until I got to get over to another meeting. But and Brian's coming in with his list, so he's got Tesla, AMD, Google, SPY, QQQ, and whatever I'm trading. I think Brian might be my #1 fan, and I just love him so much.
He definitely is your #1 fan. There's no question. Nice. All right. All right, friends, we are all set. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Once Andrew and Brian hop on, we'll continue over on X and YouTube. We're just going to start getting ready here. I'm going to get my 1 minute and my 5 minute, and we'll get rocking and rolling. But yeah, hit that thumbs up. We'd love to be close to 400. That is usually our daily goal. So if you guys could help us get there, we'll feel amazing. And Megan will be very happy that she joined and got 400 likes today. So let's show her some support for waking up so damn early this morning. All right. I'm ready. Anything else? We got a couple of minutes. Any questions for Megan since she's not normally here with us that you guys have? Anything you want to ask her? Now's the time. And Megan, do you have a social media link that you want to share? I can put it here in chat. Put it in chat if people want to follow you.
Yeah. I've got an X and I've got an Instagram. So if you want to follow me on X, it is at Marlowe Trades. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is at Megan Marlowe.
All right, awesome. Cause when you draw pre-market highs and lows, do you include the overnight hours? No, I just include the morning session. But in some cases, when you look at, for example, like Google, you were mentioning Google today, the overnight low, the after hours low on earnings, this could be important today, right? So you can mark levels like that. So when it makes sense, I do mark them. But yeah, for the most part, the pre-market high and the pre-market low is what I'm putting on there. What do you think about ONDS lately? What is ONDS doing now? Oh, ONDS fell apart. ONDS,
Shh,
it
we
hit.
don't talk about that.
We
We don't
don't.
talk about it.
But you guys
No,
got your move
because
already. You guys, you guys got your move. I mean, did you want more? Did you want more than 50? You called this at like $10.
yeah. We're
Oh
going for
my
like 100
goodness.
here. We're going
And you
for like
guys thought
100
I
here.
was
So
greedy. You guys thought I was greedy when I'm trying to hold for 2R, and these people got a $5 move, and they're like, "What?" Okay, I got it. I get it. Hey, you going for the yacht? You're going for the yacht with the extra pad in the back for the helicopter. I understand.
yeah, and then the other little boat that parks inside the boat. We
Oh yeah, oh, of
gotta get it
course.
all.
Gotta get it all. There it is. Oh man, but yeah, it was a good move. It had the nice breakout, but now it's just kind of coming back to where it had the breakout from before. So again, guys, it's just a lot of pressure right now on all these tickers. I mean, it's not just ONDS. Being long at the moment is a little bit tough. There's just a lot going on here, as you can see. And there's the chat room sharing where when I brush Peter's hair. I
Oh
don't.
my God, that is
Yeah,
so funny.
there's a me brushing Peter's hair there, and yeah.
Guys,
So
forget like AI trying to help you with your finances or write a book. Like this is what
no.
AI is best used for.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can share that here with you guys over on YouTube. It is scary. It's scary how good that looks, right? Um, so it's so funny. I was watching a video on I forgot what platform it was, but it was actually a video that you could kind of you don't know if it's AI or not. It was really good, but not good enough that you say, okay, that's AI because it's just too perfect. And I had to struggle. Like I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know, and it was real, but everything is questionable now. Like, is this real? I mean,
Here,
it's
I'll
wild.
throw it up on my screen because it's very important that the entire world sees this and that it's
Oh
here for
yes, yes.
replay on YouTube.
There it is. It's me combing Peter's hair, making sure he's all right. I gotta take care of my guy. I don't know if I'm scraping his skin there, scratching him, but I'm trying. Good stuff. Who did that? Alex on the palm tree. Yeah, whatever software
Yeah.
you have, Alex on the palm tree is really good. Your stuff is really good. So thank you for sharing that. All right, awesome, friends. We are ready. Less than 7 minutes to the market open, and it's going to be a very explosive day. Keep in mind, guys, just because everything is just kind of sliding does not mean that everything is going to be a short. And Brian talks about this all the time, right? If you have that bias, you can actually get into trouble because this could be one of those rip your face off type days, right? So just be careful. I know everything looks very weak right now. Just play the price action, right? Play the price action. Very, very important. All right, let's see here. What else? Don't talk about Bruno. That's what we do at ONDS. We don't talk about it. The comments in the chat are great, guys. How can you not be part of a community like this one? It's a lot of fun. You definitely got to be part of something. That's good. All right, friends. We need Megan emoji. Yes, we need Megan emojis. We got to get those set up. But then you have to wake up early and come to the show more often. So we gotta. I don't know if she wants to do that so early in the day over there.
Might have to wheel and
Uh,
deal with Andrew about that one.
yeah, right. Oh man, there
Oh
it
my
is. There it
God,
is.
This is Fat Godzilla's coming in with some stuff too here. So
Oh yeah, see that.
wow.
And see, I'm helping you with your Washington this morning. I like that. I like that. All right, let's see here. I'm just putting my list together. It's gonna be Google here, AMD. So the screen will disappear for a second. It's gonna be Tesla. I have PLTR. You know what? I think it's my phone. Do you guys hear any static now? Is
I don't hear
everything
anything.
good? Yeah, it might be my phone. Let me put this over here. Just gonna throw that over there. I think when it's next to the cables, things are coming in. I think that's causing some of that weird static out of nowhere. Let's see. SLV. So no, I see. Guys, here we go. All right. HIMS. We'll put HIMS on here. Up 11.7. Continues to climb. One of the few tickers that is green on my list. And then I have a bunch of popcorn stuff. I actually don't have a whole lot on my secondary list this morning. I see Brian is ready to go. Good morning, sir. So we're gonna hop off from chat, friends. Have a great trading day. Again, trade safe today. Don't force anything. We'll see you guys a little bit later. All right. So we'll do that, and then I see Andrew and Brian getting ready to go there. Gonna stop our screen over on the chat room to save bandwidth. And yes, let's go. All right.
Right.
Are
you ready to party, Carlos?
For football, you know what? I
Sure.
Is that for this weekend? You're saying, right? Or you were saying
No,
for
I was
the
saying
market
right
open?
now we're gonna party, but sure, football
Yeah.
too. Are you not into
I mean, it's not my team's not in it, so I'll still be watching
Okay.
and whatever. But I'm not going to any big parties. It's not the same like when your team is in or something, or a team that you like. But yeah, but I'm ready to party for the market open. I'm ready to party for the market
All
open
right.
every single time. I'm always ready to go. So I am a morning
Good.
person. You seem like a morning person to me, though. I know you don't like waking up early,
Oh
but
my
you do
God.
seem like a morning person.
I'm such a morning person. Like if you're my friend, you hate me because I will text
Mm,
you, I will send you voice notes, I will video message you at
yeah,
like 7 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. That's me. I'm the morning guy. So a lot of my family members are not. So um, yeah. Good. 3 a.m. is still very early though. Even for a morning person, that's still very early. So.
Yeah, and you know how like sometimes when you're like if you're gonna start a new job, you like have like stress dreams at night that you're gonna be late for work.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning I actually woke up at 2 before my alarm went off because I
You
was
didn't want to
stressed
miss.
out that I wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't gonna wake up in time for the pre-market show.
Oh, yeah. The last thing that I did as far as competition was a cycling event. They was gonna start like at 5, and you got to get good rest the night before. Same thing. I kept waking up almost every hour because I did not want to miss the start of the race. We did like 80 miles, 7,000 of climb, whatever. So you want to get sleep, and that's probably the worst sleep I got the entire time I was training for this. Just because I kept waking up. Like just it's in your
Yep.
head. It's just weird. Um, but yeah, I get that. I get that. All right. Let's see here. PLTR doing some stuff before they're open. I like that one.
Yeah, it's popping.
Tesla, AMD, and here's Google. Let me get my market atlas up as well. Get that going. And we'll be ready to go, guys. Let me go hit the like button as well. I haven't hit the like button this morning, so I just did that.
Very important. Very important.
Yes, extremely important. Where are we today, by the way? We are sitting at 296. That's more than Peter gets by this time, Megan. You're beating Peter. I have to let him know he's got competition. All right.
It's the hair. The hair gets more likes.
Yeah. That is true. Peter's gonna come with a wig when he comes back from vacation. We have to make Peter wear a wig. We're gonna do it. All right, friends. 30 seconds here. I see your question, David, but we might not have time because we're gonna focus on open right now. But we can get into it a little bit later on asking Megan what strategy she picks for 2-3 stocks. Right. So we'll get into that. We'll have time for some Q&A with Megan once we get past the open here.
For sure. We'll see if I even trade on such little sleep.
Yes, please don't force trades on lack of
Yeah,
sleep. It's not good.
exactly. I might just answer questions, but we'll see how we open this
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Here it is. The bell, friends, going to be very exciting. Where is the action? Eyes on the SPY. The SPY is important today. The Qs. I'm actually going to try to look for things that are moving with the market. I don't want to go against it too much on a day like today, right? Because a lot of stuff is moving with the SPY for the most part. So I'll be looking at that. PLTR.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a drop on the market this morning. We're getting a drop on AMD, a little bit of a drop on Google.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll we'll see if we can find some morning buyers or not. But Google is definitely making some
Yeah.
moves here.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
PLTR.
Baby shark. I like Peter with curls. I think we all would like Peter with curls. It's very good. All right, 1 minute is in. Let's see if we find any good 1 minute engulfing patterns. AMD seems to be bouncing here. That could be interesting. I like it off bouncing off the VWAP here and the previous day close. Let's see if it can hold. Um, let's see if it can hold. It's just identical to what the SPY is doing for the most part on AMD.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hard to trust that breakout if the SPY keeps pushing down. It's very difficult, to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I've got my eye on Google. Below 308, I think, is an interesting area to look for a short play. Right now, what I'm looking for on it is to just see if we can set a little bit of resistance here and get a little bit of volume.
Tesla, nice sell off on Tesla. PLTR is holding. Faizan, good morning. Good morning to you guys over on YouTube and X. Welcome, welcome. PLTR. SPY
PLTR is
continues
very
to.
choppy.
Yeah, yeah. SPY continues to sell off here. Silver. Yeah, these are tough days when everything is moving like this. They're not easy. They're really not easy to find opportunities. So just be patient. Wait for your setup. It might be a day where I don't get a 5 minute ORB, but we then have great opportunities for a VWAP breakout. So we'll see
Is
where
that
we
your
get the
is that your
action.
like secondary strategy? You do like a
Oh
VWAP
yeah,
breakout play? Okay.
yeah. Because the 5 minute ORB is a great strategy and an easy strategy, and a lot of new traders start with that strategy, like you mentioned. I started with that strategy because it's so easy, clear cut, and simple. But let's be honest, 5 minute RBs do not happen often. Good 5 minutes RB are not a thing that happen every day. So a new trader, what the new trader wants to do, they want to trade. They want to hit that button as much as possible. A 5 minute RB could be very challenging when you're starting with that strategy. So understand that it's not going to happen every day. Having that second strategy to look forward to, that VWAP breakout, really helps a lot. So then you're not forcing yourself to find a 5 minute ORB every day, because we want to trade. Let's be honest, we're here because we want to hit the button. But
Just a
you
bunch of
gotta hit
dopamine
it.
addicts.
Yeah, we want to, we want to get in there, but we got to do it strategically. So having that
Yeah.
second strategy really, really helps.
Yeah, I find it amazing that so many traders start with the ORB strategy. I know it's like
So
one of the more
simple.
simple
Yeah,
simple ones to learn, but man, you gotta be fast. You gotta have your emotions under control. You
yeah.
gotta be able to self-regulate. That's a hard one to trade because everything's
It
so
requires a
flashy right
lot.
away, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you add that you don't get a lot of 5 minute RBs on a regular basis, makes it even more difficult. So, um, yeah, pros and cons and on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Still no trade for me
AMD,
either here.
yeah, same here. Nothing yet. Uh, Spies trying to turn. Let's see. Still very wiki on the top side. Just have it on a different screen here as I'm looking at other opportunities.
Yeah, we are bouncing a little bit here, so maybe we get some buyers that try to fill the SPY gap.
Yeah. There goes Google,
Yeah,
Tesla.
exactly, Dom. Everybody wants to do sexy trade instead of something boring. And it's true. It is very true. And I think that once you realize that trading is boring and you just succumb to that, that's when you start to find consistency. At least most of the traders that I work with, once they realize like, okay, I should actually be like one trading something I love and not forcing myself into trading something just because everybody else is trading that style, but also like my strategy should feel somewhat boring to me. Like right now, I'm not doing anything. I don't have any trades on. I'm just like waiting, hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a while to get there, but you do. Like I remember someone mentioned, I think it was last week. Oh, the bell's ringing. You got to be focused. I'm like, the bell doesn't trigger me like it used to anymore. The bell rings.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
the bell rang.
yeah.
I'm just looking like because it used to like, oh my god, like super hyper focus. That you don't need that. You got to be careful. It creates issues sometimes.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
tell you,
racetrack opens up, right? And they
yeah.
let all the horses out and it's like ding 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 and like talk about like casino gambler just like
Oh yeah, yeah,
sounds.
yep, 100%. Um, like in Tesla above the VWAP guys here. I mean, it's holding nicely. Down at 398 from it's done. So let's see. I like the 5 minute on as well. I just don't know if it can pull away itself from what the SPY is doing. So I'm looking at the SPY, push down and push up. Yeah, it's just
AMD
PLTR
is
is
getting
just pure
a good amount of
chop.
selling volume too.
It's gonna be
It
a
is,
tough
yeah,
day.
it's choppy
Tough. It's gonna
though.
be a
Yeah.
tough open. It's gonna be a tough open, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tesla. If I go in Tesla, 396, 397, 396.85 will be the stop. But now with that SPY selling off like that, mm,
Now with that attitude.
now with that attitude, come on. But it does look great, guys. I mean, the breakout here is nice. Look at the pullback to the VWAP. Look at the, uh, I'm gonna go in long Tesla. All right, below the stop,
All right.
below the VWAP is my stop. I'm long Tesla. Let's see if the SPY could be nice to us. Overall, the technicals, I love it here. Look at this pullback. This is awesome. It's just perfect. We just don't need the SPY to mess us up here. Let's hope that it doesn't do that and it allows us to get to 401 will be awesome. That'll be our 2 to 1 at least. There we go. SPY's working in our favor.
Yeah, giddy up. Get that
Let's
money.
go. Let's go, Tesla. I'm gonna try to be patient, but I'm getting itchy. Oh yeah. Okay, 401. Come on. You can do it. I want this to happen very quickly. If it doesn't, I am just going to take a small win, just get out of it because I don't want it to slam on me. We can always get back in if it sets up again. But it's one of those days you got to be really quick because I just don't think it's going to be an easy pullback day on Tesla if it does decide to come back here.
Yeah, definitely want to manage risk after how crazy the market sold off yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. We're struggling, friends.
Google had a pretty good bounce. The level that I would look for a short to come in at, they protected and they bounced off of it nearly $13 already.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice. All right, here. Oh, oops, sorry. Double click on the wrong spot. There it is. Make sure my montage is ready. Select it.
Nice, Carlos. What's that moving average that
Yeah.
you're up against right now?
I think that's the 200. I really don't look at it too much on the smaller time frames, but it is a 200. Usually we're not paying too much attention to it, like the 9 and the 20, right? I really look at those. So I think here you're getting more resistance because it's that whole dollar 401 that
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to break out of. I think that is more of the issue there. But I seen situations where it does hit. So again, it all depends like who else is looking at that, right? Who else is looking at that 200 level as well with me and possibly taking partials there too. So,
Yeah, for sure.
you're failing Tesla. Let's see. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to get out. Gonna get out because the SPY's selling off. Let's see. I'm ready. Yeah, let's get out. We'll get back if it sets up. I don't want to get caught in a pullback on Tesla. It could be way too aggressive. So we'll be out here. It had the opportunity to do it, but just couldn't break 401. So we're out of
I
it.
think yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think where the SPY is sitting right now, it's got a structural
Yeah.
break that it needs to do from the pre-market.
And that's what I keep looking. I keep looking at the SPY, like, what are you gonna do? Because I know that's what's gonna Tesla's gonna follow and
Mm-hmm.
do as well. So, all right, let's see what else we got here, friends. AMD, Tesla. We'll get back into if things hold. Wow, PLTR is brutal, guys.
It's
What happened? It's just
disgusting.
wow.
Yeah.
I expected better out of you, my friend. You are
And you
just
know,
nasty.
it hopefully, maybe it's one of those ones where it consolidates for the first part of the morning and then it gives a good range to play off of later, because sometimes that's nice too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Google's made a run towards that 4 hour supply zone. It's pushing up into it now. I'm keeping an eye on it here just to kind of see how the price responds, see if we can find some sellers up here on Google or not. We've got some on the order book. We've got some sellers on Google up around 325. So if you are long, just keep an eye on that. Setting a little bit of value up here. Still no trade for me.
Um, Market Atlas. What's going on? Yeah, I think you. Yeah, it's. I think it's. I think you guys are breaking Market Atlas. We're gonna have to get more servers. Everybody's logging into.
Perhaps.
That's a good thing. That means everybody's using it. That's a good thing, and I know why they're using it because it is an awesome tool. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, these are the growing pains, friends. So just bear with us. I'm sure our IT friends are gonna take care of all of that. There it is. It's loading now. It's loading. So try it again, my friend. Refresh. You should be able to get in on that. All right. Let's see. Tesla. Oh, such a good decision. Guys, keep this right here. You might say, oh, break even trade. You could have got out here. This is a great decision to get out, right? So as retail traders, we have the opportunity to not be stuck in anything. You have control of so much. Get out. It sets up again. We'll get back in. We lose commission. It's nothing. It's nothing, right? So be flexible with your decision making. You're not stuck on something if it's not working for you. Okay, so very important. Um, is PLTR breaking to the bottom? Do we
It's
trust
it's
it?
trying to make a move.
Here's that nice, well, not nice, but crazy range right now. Tesla, AMD bouncing off the VWAP as well. SPY is breaking
Miles.
higher.
Peter mentioned I liked ONDS. Are you still watching it? What did you like about it? Yeah, so I have a swing play on that. I got in around like 650 or something back when they had earnings. Um, so it's a swing play for me. Obviously, it's pulling back a lot, so we'll see what happens, but it's not a day trade. It's more of like a longer term swing position that I've got going on with it.
All right, back in on Tesla, friends. Let's see here. Same stop, 397.50-ish, so just below the VWAP here. Let's see if now we can get the breakout. We want it to happen quickly. If not, we'll get out of it. Even if it doesn't hit our stop like we did here, we'll jump out of it. Let's see if now we can get the actual breakout. Let's see. Atlas looks bullish on it, but not by much. Not by a whole lot. I mean, you got some stuff up there for 110, but I mean, we've seen Tesla look a lot more bullish on the demand up there. So let's see what it does. The simulator, yeah, simulator is really good. They've done a great job with the simulator, Marcel. So if you want to practice on tradingterminal.com, the simulator is really awesome.
And
In the
it's so nice to
journal.
have a tool like that too,
Hmm.
because just on the weekends, being able to go back through the things that you took and seeing maybe what you missed, or going back through missed opportunities. Like if something happened today and you didn't catch the trade, just going back and being able to maybe play it out and see how you how
Yeah.
you can how you can play it is so valuable.
Yeah, it sure is. Friends, make sure over on YouTube you're hitting live. Like I went back to X and I could see my X stream is like delayed by a couple of seconds, right? So if you're hearing this right now, go to X and make sure you're live. You should be very close to 9:45, 32, 33, 34, 35. Those seconds happening there. Because sometimes we see people comment on stuff that we said like 3 minutes ago, right? So make sure you're up to date on the streams because it does fall behind a bit sometimes. All right, we're trying to hold here. Let's see if Tesla can get it done. Might stop 397.50, so we're ready to bail on it if it doesn't work.
I put a
We
little
are
short
in
position
it.
on Google. We'll see if they
Oh,
can start pushing
nice.
down. If they don't push down, I'll get out of it. But I do like the volume up here. We are at 4 hour supply, what I was talking about in the pre-market. So this is where I would look for sellers to come in. It is fighting the intraday buyers. So if we don't start moving lower, then I won't hang on to it because there's clearly some intraday buying going on. But the volume looks decent to the sell side. They are setting a little bit of value up here. They filled those 325 orders. They ran into supply. So a lot of things lining up. I will be targeting the 308 level if this can run back down. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, Tesla struggling to stay above the VWAP here. I think it's gonna fall apart. Let's see. So 397.50 is our stop. Again, always our stop, always slightly below the VWAP and all my usual trades, VWAP breakout, always slightly below, just because I expect it to come down here. And if it does, I hope that VWAP can do its job and bounce it back up. But in doing that, you can have this type of like, slippage right below it. So I hate getting stopped down just this area, right? So give yourself a little bit more room. If you look at 397.50, let me use this here. You can see it's just slightly below that 397.50 right here. Slightly below that to survive if we are going to just mess around here for a little bit. Sometimes it works, it saves us, sometimes it doesn't. The most important thing is just make sure though I'm risking like $2 on this thing. Keep your risk the same. It doesn't matter, right? Just keep the amount you're risking the same. That's the most important thing. So whether you're trading a high price stock, a stock that moves a lot, as long as you keep your risk the same, you'll be all right.
Definitely. I always tell people too, like, I think that it's important. I mean, sometimes, trading, you can get nervous and everything, but if you're constantly getting really nervous when you're trading, that usually says that your size is too big and you're putting on too
Yeah,
much risk. So what I typically advise to traders is use something that feels almost like pocket change when you're trading. Like use something that you would just give to a friend and not expect them to give it back to you, or like a stranger at the grocery store. Like
that's
like
true. Yeah.
you don't got to give it back to me. It's not going to stress me out if I get it back or not. So that I think that understanding that and where that number is for you can be really helpful in making sure that you aren't like over leveraged in your trading.
That is so true. And I could tell too, I sometimes take a position that's too much and you feel a little like, all right, I'm not as comfortable as I normally am, right? And
Yeah.
that's when you took too much. So it happens. But yeah, if every trade
Oh
feels
yeah,
like
we all do
your
it.
world is about to fall apart, something is wrong. It's too much. It's too much. Reduce that size, get comfortable, you know. You want
Yeah,
some skin in the
definitely.
game. You don't want so little that you don't care and you're being reckless. That's bad. But you don't want so
Mm.
much it's gonna put you on the street in a couple of trades, right? So it's got to be a nice balance, and always think over time. We can't stress that enough. And we keep saying this because we see so many new traders when we talk to Megan. You talk to a lot of traders as well. That do the same exact mistakes where they're just trading too much. They're trying to get, their goal, their overall big picture goal in a matter of like 2-3 months, right? Some
Mm.
big trades, and it just doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. So um, keep it simple,
Yeah,
keeps you
definitely.
level headed. All right, we're trying. We're trying. VWAP is doing its job. Now we need Tesla to do your job.
So
And
you're in a long on Tesla?
yeah, I'm in a long. So the first one here, we got stopped out, break even. We got back in here when it did this bounce, and now we're looking to break and see if we can. What's the next level I have actually? Next level. Next big level. What's the next big level here? Clearly, previous day closes up there. I think that'll be a stretch for today. Um, at least for what I'm looking for. But yeah, 401 seems to be an area where might be the next level. I mean, it's not much. I don't see anything else on the daily. Yeah, the big level will be the previous day close. But again, I know how difficult that can be if we don't get the help from the SPY. So that can be a very tough spot here to try to get to.
Yeah, the Qs, I mean, the Qs are still kind of climbing, so there's that. So I'm in a short on Google. It's just kind of chopping around. I've put a little position on AMD. It's at the weekly change of character that we discussed in the pre-market. I do find that level to be very interesting around 203. Okay, there we go. So that's looking better on AMD.
Nice, nice,
And
nice.
see if we can get Google
Uh,
to start moving.
David from Connecticut, man, listen, I know you're not in here today because David from Connecticut never comes to our YouTube stream. So I'm gonna call you out, my man. I'm gonna call you out, and I know David's a great friend. We know him for years. I actually me and him did the first meetup in New York. But you're in chat today that Megan is on, huh? My goodness, David from Connecticut.
All right, David.
Uh,
I don't know. He showing up to have me rub the sunshine in his face because I keep posting sunshine on Instagram and he keeps saying like, "How dare you?"
oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna get stopped out here, friends, on Nvidia. Sorry, I'm Tesla. All right, let me focus. All right, so stopped out on Tesla, but yeah,
PLTR
Dave from
also breaking
Connecticut.
down.
We know your priorities are, my friend. Okay. All right. Nah, but good to see you, man. Good to see you. Great friend of the channel, of the community. He's been with us for a very, very long time. And good to have you here. All right, guys. So what just happened here?
Yasmin, yeah, I have a little bit of a short position on AMD. I like this weekly area. They are putting up a little bit of a fight every time they try to kind of push it down. They are putting up a little bit of a fight. So we'll see. My stop is above the high. So if we break that, I'll just be out of it. But I do like the levels up here. We'll see what happens with it. Um, and then I've got Google as well at the moment.
I got you. Hmm. Okay. All right, friends. Let's see here.
So did you get stopped out of Tesla? Are you out of it?
Yeah, I did. I
Okay.
did. I'm out of Tesla. And man, the SPY is just going lower. You're short in AMD, right? So that should be moving well. Oh, actually, it's not
It's
short
just
right
kind of
now.
stuck. I'm short both
Okay.
Google and AMD, and they're just kind of chopping right now, but haven't seen anything
Yeah,
that makes me want to necessarily bail, but there's definitely a battle within the market up here.
there is, man. We're just struggling to pick a direction here. Like right now, if you look at Tesla, we got stopped out again. But if the bigger picture is just we're not breaking out down or up. And if you look at the SPY, here's the problem: we're not doing anything, and everything is just kind of putting a lot of weight on the overall market. There were some okay moves. I think you had was it Google? Yeah, Google. We had a nice breakout on Google here, so that was all right. But now it's just kind of moving sideways. SLV trying to recover a little bit. So you are getting some opportunities, but not as good as
Yeah.
I would have thought today.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like that after a crazy day or a crazy couple of days, honestly. We've had a couple of crazy days this week, so which usually happens when the big players report. All right, come on down. AMD is finally starting to move a little bit. Let's see if we can get some movement. I might have to bail on Google. Well, I'm giving it a second here, but it needs to,
It's
there we
taking
go,
too long for
AMD.
your comfort.
Yeah. Well, there goes AMD.
Nice.
Okay, come
That's a
on.
nice drop.
Nice.
Oh, SPY. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got numbers coming out in 5 minutes, right? The Jolts number. So let's see if that
Jolts, yeah.
does anything. Um, but yeah, you're getting a
Nice
drop here.
AMD. You go AMD. So AMD
There it
target for
is.
me is going back down to the low of day.
196.70.
Hmm.
Uh, and
Area.
that's
We'll say
also
area
yeah,
because
area
sometimes you
because you
start
got
to see them buy it
yeah,
up before that.
and you got the pre-market low. I think was on there as well around that area, 196 70 as well. I think yeah,
Hmm.
pre-market
Okay, there
low
goes
was around
Google.
there
Maybe
too.
starting to move a little bit as well.
Let's see here.
PLTR also starting to try to push to new lows. We've got a lot of stuff that's starting to tick down, guys. So just be cautious in your long plays. If you're in a good position and you can withstand a pullback, don't worry about it. But um, you know, don't stress too much unless it's putting you underwater. But just know that the cues are starting to roll over a little bit. The market itself is
Yeah,
rolling over a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, AMD, you go, buddy.
That is a beautiful trade. So you took a short up here, what, 203, 202.50 in that area?
Yeah, my entry is 202.87.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, so in the red, SPY selling off, everything else moving lower as well, friends. Um, Only thing green now on my list is HIMS, which is not trading all that well. Like you had this one initial pop, but outside of that, it's been just normal. Silver, Tesla dropping. And Google's just see that's interesting
It's
though. Google
sitting there,
wants
yeah.
no, but you know what? It's good that you see the market selling off and Google's not selling off. That's good. I always see that's a good sign, because like, hey, we don't want to be part of your sell off. When you start going up, we'll join you. So that's good that it's being strong enough not to sell off with everything else. So
It is
I think,
divergent to the market right now, yeah.
yeah. So it's a good thing. Let's see if we can get the breakout now.
It's not a good
Um,
thing for my short though, Carlos.
Wait, you're sure Google? I thought you were long.
No,
I thought you were
I
long.
missed the long play, so I'm short up near supply, but I don't like that it's not moving.
Oh, oh yeah. So no, yeah, it's not good for you. It's good for the longs, but not too good for you. That it's not selling off with the
Yeah,
market.
that's all right.
Not
I'm
good,
giving it a
not good.
second here. I'm giving it a second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It wants no part of that business right now. But let's see. Again, you never know. Never know. But I like how it's interesting. Not like, but it's interesting how tight the range is on this thing right now.
Hmm.
When you have AMD doing what it's doing, Tesla as well sold off. Um, PLTR finally doing something, looking a lot better in the last 15 minutes here.
Yeah,
Much better than the
PLTR
market
finally
open.
it broke that
Mm-hmm.
range, and I almost put a position on PLTR, but I got up at 3 and I was like, I'm not going to trade, and now I'm in two short positions. So I was like, you know what, Megan, you are not
Yeah,
getting into PLTR also.
yeah. Don't add. Don't add. Carlos out here rooting for the enemy. No, man, I never root for the enemy. Never, never, never. I'm always most rooting for you. Even when if you're going against me, I'm rooting for you. After I take my profit out, then I'm rooting for you all the way. Reverse on the position, no problem. But yes, 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 yes. But that's so nice. Let me see what he says here. He's saying, I'm taking your food. I'm like, yeah, come on down. Bring me food.
All right, Google
All right,
starting
awesome.
to move. I mean, AMD is almost a target, and it's only taken like 5 minutes, so that's nice. We got numbers in 1 minute though, so
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I'm actually going to take a little bit of profit here on AMD,
See what
and pay attention to Google.
see
Got
what
five
the
seconds.
market does. Here it is. I'll bring up the SPY and see how the reaction is. Mojito, good morning. You missed the morning with us? No winners yet. We haven't done the funded account yet. A little bit later. SPY is definitely getting more volume. You can see it there.
Oh man, we've almost had a complete reversal on the cues. Google is one of the, like, even though they're undersellers, undersupply, they are one of the strongest stocks in the Mag 7. The rest of the Mag 7 have definitely been selling off for a while now, like where they try to pop and then they just stay in this kind of like 4 hour downtrend. Google's actually
Hmm.
been one of the strongest ones.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of news on like their Gemini and all of that stuff happening. So
I agree. I said it last week.
it's nothing like shorting a strong stock.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a whole different story too. But I said last week, I don't know what this stock should be the biggest company in the world. Data, the amount of data that they have, all the stuff they could do, it's a very, very strong company. I mean, it is incredible. Um, all the stuff they track and how they can make money off information, which is so big nowadays.
Yeah. All right, Google, finally starting to move. That's lovely. AMD, I took a little bit off before the JOLTS numbers, but we're almost to target around 196.8, like 196.76 is what I've got marked. So we'll see here.
196.70. Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful level. It's going for it. You got the low of the day, low of the pre-market right in that area as well. That is looking, man. AMD's been trading so well the last, even before this huge drop they had yesterday. Even before this, AMD intraday's action has been really good. Like it's been awesome, and you're seeing that some of that right
Yeah.
here on this drop, man. So clean. So
And before earnings and it even had like some crazy moves up. Like
yeah,
just, I mean, there
yeah.
were a couple of days where that thing just expanded like wild.
Yeah, it's and it's doing it so clean. I mean, it's awesome. All right, your Google's moving here down to
Yeah.
almost VWAP, so that's good.
Right, and almost at target on AMD. Who took the short on AMD from 203 with me? Anybody out there in YouTube land? Did we short AMD together?
Yes, did you join the party?
Did you join my short?
You
Awesome.
got Kesha, Melanie
Nice.
joined
All
it.
right.
All
About
right, here
ready
we
to hit
go.
target here.
Nvidia
We're so
trading is
close to
nice.
target. I'm gonna take some profit off on AMD. We're so close to target. If it breaks that level, I'm in for the ride. I'll just keep a couple shares just in case, but we have reached the homeland, folks, on AMD. So, oh, and we're breaking it. Beautiful.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
it's a
far,
nice.
203 to 196.70-ish, and I've got a couple shares left that I will keep. If you want, Carlos, I can put this trade up on my screen if you want to
Oh
share it.
yes, yes, of course, of course, of course.
Now
Let's
we'll
see here. Yep, I got it. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So where we're short on this, you guys, is if you take a look at my chart right next to the DOS chart, and I kind of try to line it up for you, what we're looking at is a short from an area of a weekly change of character, which is a very strong level. So if we break that level on AMD, that's when things can get aggressive. So when price action pushed back up into that area this morning, I'm looking to see if we're going to reject it. And we did on really good volume. So as we started to reject it, I went in short around the 203 area, targeting the break of structure on the 5 minute, which ends up being also the low of day today. And now we're sitting below that. So if we suddenly start to get some volume and pop back up above this level, I'll go ahead and get out since I am at my main target location. And then as far as Google goes, we're under supply, which I talked about this morning. So we've got Google here in the middle, and then this is my DOS chart on Google. Let me zoom out on this. There we go. So I waited for it to push up into supply, set a little bit of value, get some volume, and start to reject. I actually added into this because I really liked the volume that was happening. We are hitting VWAP right now on Google. If we lose VWAP, maybe we can actually run back towards the low of day. I haven't taken a partial yet on Google. Average entry on this is 322.48, and we're down at 318. So we'll see if we can keep moving. The big names are selling, so be careful out there. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
this is uh, this is not something that you want to fight. That when the market starts selling off, it's very important. If you are someone that likes to try to catch bounces and you like to try to catch bottoms, have some type of system that teaches you how to do that or allows you to do that, right? Like if I'm going to catch a bottom that and something that's selling off or a top and something that's moving very aggressively, you want to make sure that you've got a plan, right? Because if you are going against the overall trend at the moment, you better have a plan because if not, there is a good chance you will get slapped upside the head. So be very careful trying to catch bounces unless there's a reason why you're trying to catch that bounce. Other than just like I want to catch the bounce, because some people just want to catch the bounce. Like
Yeah.
it looks cool, right? If I catch the
Yeah.
bottom of something, it's gonna look really cool when I post it on the internet. But it's
It,
also
oh,
gonna look,
it's been down so much, it's got to reverse from here. I've done that so many times. Oh, it's got to
oh
go up
yeah,
now. Like, no, it
oh
doesn't.
yeah,
Nope.
definitely. No, the market's gonna do whatever it wants to do.
Yeah, yep, yep. Wow, look at Tesla go, AMD going, Google's giving in. It's like, doesn't want to go, but it's giving in.
Yeah, Google is it's at VWAP right now. Got my eye on it. Put VWAP on this chart. There
Exactly,
we go.
Frank. It's gonna could rip your face off. Gotta be careful. That's why I stopped trading
And
reversals. I was so bad at them. It was so bad, so bad. And I like reversal. I like seeing things reverse. Like this. You're right, Megan. There's something about liking. Oh, I took the change of direction. There's something nice about that. But
yeah, I'm a
um,
badass.
yeah, something nice. And you know what it is too, that when you take good reverse, if you're good at reversals, your reward is like 7, 8 Rs. Like it is massive because when
Yeah.
something changes, like if something sold off a lot and it's go back up just to VWAP and you got a tight stop where the low was, your Rs are like 8, 10 Rs. And Eamon does this stuff, right? He likes these reversals, but they're not easy to take. You got to know what you're doing.
No. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It can't just be, hey, I want to go short. I want to go here because it's sold off too much. So you feel like this is the spot. It's got to be careful. Um, I'm looking for where is a good VWAP breakout, but everything is away from the VWAP for me right now. AMD's away. Tesla's definitely away. PLTR's gone. Google's the only one that might be putting a VWAP breakdown here. So let's see what it does. We got the first breakout now. We're getting the pullback. Meta is Meta one. If you guys see anything, let me know. Oh yeah, Meta's another one.
Oh, so
That's
you'll trade a
active VWAP.
like a VWAP like breakout or breakdown?
Yeah, I'll trade both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll trade both. So for example, like on Google, here's the best looking one. Everything else is too far from the VWAP, but Google here, well, not anymore, but look good. What I look for is the break down from VWAP, the pullback to VWAP, and then the next candle, the confirmation. That's usually where I'll go short or long on that setup, right? So kind of like a
Mm.
mini ABCD type thing there. But this clearly breaks our VWAP breakdown. This pullback is very aggressive here. So that setup is done. And then everything else, if I look at Tesla, look at it, Nvidia, AMD, they're all far from the VWAP. So right now we have no
Mm.
strategy that we can take on these at the moment. Um,
Yeah, I took a partial on Google at VWAP.
nice, nice, nice,
I think
nice.
I think I'm actually going to get out of Google, and in all honesty, I think I'm also just going to get out of AMD. I've mentally reached my capacity, so I'm up
Mm-hmm.
about 8R on the day, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
that's good. I'm good.
Yeah,
We don't need
yeah,
to
that is good. You don't gotta force it,
forget.
especially on a day like today where the spies, as someone said in the chat, can rip your face off. Take it
Yeah,
and
and
look,
look at
that's
look
a
at
good
look at
call.
AMD
Look at
now.
AMD.
Look,
Yeah, it's a
I
good
know.
call, right? That's
I was looking at it and I was like, I don't think this is gonna go any lower. So I exited. And see, I
yeah.
exited, a million shares and look what happened. I popped the market.
That you did pop the market. You should have told me so I could have went long. Um, but yeah, but it's a good point there. Like for example, you're making the decision with the information you have, and then this can go from here and it can drop down to 150. But who cares, right? You make the decision with the information you have here. This doesn't look like it's gonna go any further down, at least not for now. And sometimes it's just not worth bringing up your shares to 198.50 when you can make $3 out of it. It's not worth taking
Totally.
that risk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and like Google right now, you can see how it popped off of VWAP and then it's kind of
Yeah.
trying to come back down a
Yeah.
little bit. And I'm just, but like at the end of the day, you guys, there is financial capital, but there's also mental capital. And I can feel like my mental capital just starting to kind of like fizzle out a little bit. And when that starts to happen, I start to mismanage my positions. And that kind of self-awareness comes with time as a trader. And I know that like I've been up since 3. I'm doing the YouTube show with Carlos. I'm trading live with you guys. And I'm up on the day and there's a little bit of a pop on Google. And I'm just like, you know what? Mentally I've had enough, right? So, and that's okay. Like, and you can always take
Yeah.
a break and come back later. And Google might go all the way to the 308 target, but that's trading, right? That's trading. You're here to
Yeah.
catch a piece of the pie. Some days you catch the whole pie, but most of the time it's about catching a piece of the pie so that you can find that consistency. If you always try to catch the whole pie and you swing for those
Mm.
home runs every single day, there's a good chance you won't take the profit when it's sitting right in front of your face, and you will really struggle to be consistent as a day trader. So take the wins and say thank you and also respect like your mental capacity because we're humans, we're not robots. So there is a
Yeah.
point
Yeah.
during your trading where you're probably gonna get a little bit drained, right?
Absolutely. I don't know what's going on in chat, but I'm seeing pictures. So I'm curious to see what are we talking about here? What is Brian doing? Starbucks.
Yeah,
This is Brian.
what is happening?
He's I don't know. He's preparing a cappuccino or whatever he's doing there. That's good. That looks good. Oh man, funny stuff. All right, friends. All right, Google back below the VWAP.
I'm gonna
Go ahead, Megan.
Yeah, and AMD's still pushing too. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm not in anything anymore, and I did see some questions coming through for me earlier, but I was a little bit distracted by trading. So if you guys did ask a question earlier about my trading or lessons or whatever, please, type it again. I'm able to focus on the chat a little bit more now. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to answer them.
Yep, throw your questions in chat, friends. And also on X, I'm looking at X too. If you have questions, put it on there. I'll give them to Megan. Let's see here.
Let's see. David's asking me, you love my approach to focusing on 2 to 3 stocks. What criteria do you use to narrow them down? So because I use a higher time frame approach, oftentimes there's only a few of them that are actually near like a larger, higher time frame level of interest. So that helps. That's one of the things. So it has to be near a higher time frame area of interest. The other thing is volume. So it needs to at least have some volume happening in the pre-market. So it needs to be somewhat active. A lot of times I end up landing on like Mag 7 stocks unless something has a catalyst, just because you want to make sure that there is some type of volume happening within the stock itself. So oftentimes I'll look for stuff that's over like 500,000 shares in the pre-market, but really it's the bigger picture areas for me. So I might be watching something for months to see if it gets to an area that I'm interested in, and then once it's there, I'm ready to look for a trade on it. So that's really how I filter stuff out. But I do watch mostly the Mag 7, and then anything that's had a recent catalyst, I will put it on the list to kind of keep an eye on. So that's how I kind of filter those. And then when it comes down to 2 or 3, like Carlos said earlier too, it's kind of like sometimes it's just about the stuff that you've traded before, and you're like, yeah, I like this stock. I'm just gonna pick. There's like like these past 2 weeks with earnings, there's been like 10, 20 stocks that I'm like, man, I could just really trade any of these. And so a lot of the times it's like picking, okay, I like this stock better than the other one. And over time, you kind
Yeah.
of learn what stocks you like to trade. Um, how do I read charts? A lot of screen time, a lot of screen time. But I'm very much focused on supply and demand and market structure. Like I've said, I teach at 2 p.m. every single day, technical analysis, a whole hour-long session in the BBT chat room. So if you're not a member, come check us out, even just for a week. I'm sure you'll probably absorb a lot from those sessions just in a week. Come to 5 of those sessions, and I'll be able to teach you some stuff. But really, is a lot of it's about screen time for sure. That's really how you learn charts. And the other thing that really helped me was curiosity. So staying curious to the market, like rather than just saying, oh, there's a red candle, oh, there's a green candle, oh, there's a wick, asking the question like, why is that? Why are they doing that? Like, why is that price stuck there? There's got to be a reason price is stuck there. Why would they be selling here? Why would they be buying here? And so the market really runs on psychology and human behavior. So I think the curiosity component, and I always say this too, like curiosity will not only save your trading, but it will save your marriage also. So if you're married, staying curious is very good, and if you're trading, staying curious is also very good. Um, so yeah, but
Agreed.
lots of screen time.
Where else can you get trading advice and marriage advice? I mean, this communities, we're a complete community, complete.
That's right. Very well rounded here. Uh, can I talk, Jonathan, can I talk about my journey from start to consistent profitability? It was long and painful, and there were a lot of tears. So,
Oh yeah,
um, I will say it takes longer than you think it's going to take. Like, if you think it's gonna take, a certain amount of time, times that by like five at least. Because I mean, it's so easy to see like what I'm doing. It's easy to see what Carlos is doing, but you have to remember how much time we've spent doing this. And so, like any career, uh, whether you're a doctor or a lawyer, like those skills take time to learn. So you might see a bunch of people on the internet with their fancy cars and their Rolexes and saying like, look at all this money I made today. That's great, but there's so much that happens along the path. So if one thing I would say is don't try to rush it. The process and the journey is different for every single trader. I've worked with so many different traders, whether it's in one-on-one sessions, group coaching, PCT, BBT, you name it. And most traders start with trying to rush it, right? And sometimes there's just pressure because they need the money. But if you can just let the journey happen, and I know that's easier said than done, but everybody has to go about this in their own process. And it does take time. So uh, it is a painful journey, I will say. Like I blew 3 accounts. Like so I blew 3 accounts. I lost a lot of
it's
money.
painful.
And I told people like, I told my family and everything like, oh, it's only going to take me 6 months. Oh, it's only going to take me a year. Fast forward years later, and I'm finally like, okay, look at that. I can pay for things. So yeah, it's a long journey. It's a long journey, but the best thing you can do is be a part of a community because everybody else is going through this too, and it's really important that you have the support because people outside of trading don't quite understand trading. They don't understand the mental wear and tear. They don't understand the emotional wear and tear. And so you lose, a few grand in the market and you're upset and it's just eating you up inside. And your family members are like, well, why did you do that? That was ridiculous. But people in the trading world are like, yeah, man, I understand you. So definitely it's great that you guys are here and being a part of a community is one of the best things that you can do for your trading for sure. Uh, Dutch trader, what made the change that made you a profitable trader? Learning to read the market. And I mean that from a sense of like there are so many strategies out there. And if you build a strategy off of taking like a candle breakout or a VWAP breakout or anything like that, like, Carlos has had a lot of screen time to be able to know when those strategies are really going to work. And I tried to build strategies around just like VWAP breaks and Fibonacci and candlesticks. But my turning point was when I started to understand the laws of supply and demand in the market and market structure. Once I knew what levels were actually important, it's not always the pre-market high that's important. Pre-market high is important because it's a structural level based off of something else that's been happening previously on the chart. That those days, the pre-market high is really important. And once I started to understand, like what levels were truly important, where buyers and sellers were sitting. And I'm not just talking about the order book. I'm not just talking about Atlas. That is important to see future liquidity. But looking back at the chart and saying, where did they really buy this up? Where did they really sell this from? And positioning myself in long and short plays based off of higher time frame participants, right? Today's AMD short was because we lost a very important level on a weekly chart. And when that level gets lost, not every level on a weekly chart is important. They are a higher time frame level, but there are key ones that are very important. And once I learned that, that was the shift for me. That was the shift, and it also slowed me down enough to make sure I'm taking the right trade in the right location, and that was really important.
I think one of the things is I tell traders one of the hardest things in trading is finding what you're going to be good at.
Hmm.
Because Megan has her style, I have my style, Andrew has his style, and I can give you Andrew's trade book, like we have it. We can give it to you free. It doesn't mean you're going to be profitable with it, right? So finding what you're good at is the hardest thing in trading, and it takes time. It takes time. So when I hear these commercials, Megan, I don't know how you feel, but it used to happen a lot during the pandemic too, because people were home. So a lot of trading commercials started to come out. There was this one gentleman that kept saying, I'm gonna teach you one strategy, and in 90 days you could be a professional trader. And every time that came on, it's just the hair in the back of my neck stood up like, ugh, this is such BS. Like, no, there's not one strategy for one person. There's so many different ways to trade. It's unbelievable. And the right way is the one that you can trade consistently and that you understand, right? So, again, like you mentioned earlier, being curious and just continuing to understand why this is happening or what can I do here is so important. Like, don't settle for any specific way of trading. You got to find what you can do consistently and naturally too. Like trading has a lot to do with your personality, so it's gotta match
Totally.
into it, right? You can't do something that naturally feels like pain every single time. That's not gonna work long term. It's not gonna be. It's already hard enough. It's gonna be much harder if that's the situation that you're in. So
Yeah, everybody's personality is just so different, right? And then
yeah.
it can take a while to figure it out. Like I came in thinking I was going to be a bull in a china shop because that's how I ran my past career, right? As a
Hmm.
chef, I spent 10 years as a professional chef, and you move very fast in that industry. So I thought, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just going to do all the fast stuff on the market. And no, it was I needed slow.
Yeah.
I needed a higher time frame, and it took me a while to figure that out, right? I see some of you guys asking about my course in trading terminal. I'll post a link here. You can definitely check that out. It is called Mastering Market Analysis, and it's about learning to I kind of take you step by step from the kind of the smaller components of learning to read the market into building it all into a thesis, right? So we start with like what where are important areas on the chart, and what do you want like maybe the order flow to look like, and just overall view of the market, and then from that going to a day trade and saying how do we take this information and we build a thesis with it. So with that course, you also get a month free with group coaching as well. So feel free to check out the course. And as always, I'm happy to answer questions. And in the BBT chat room again, I'm there every day at 2 p.m. So, oh yeah, there goes Google starting to break down a little bit more. Yeah, they're moving it from
Yeah, I
supply, but
see that.
they're moving it so slowly. And
Yeah.
when
The
everything else is
slow
moving
move.
really fast and it's divergent to the market, it that stresses me out. Like you should go. If the market's going, you should go, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It is. Wow. It is the weakness is out there, friends. Things are just struggling today. Um, everything down. Um, my swing account down a lot, and the pain to look at it is time. Is it time to get out? Man, we really can't answer that. We'll come back next week, and everything could be at all time highs again, right? I mean, just about
It's
today is
true.
crazy. So, it when you're asking, is it time to get out? We're just gonna refer you back to what was your plan. What was your plan? Your plan should have on there when it's time to get out. So what does your plan tell you that you originally said when you took this trade? Now, let's be honest. Sometimes a lot of us don't have a plan when we get into trades, right? We just get in just to get in, and that's the danger in doing that. You got to have a plan where, hey, if this happens, then I need to get out of the trade. If this happens and I need to take profit, so you have to have that set. But we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody can give you an answer of, hey, yes, you should stay in or not. And what's your time frame? Are you looking for, like, is it end of the week, a weekly trade, like looking at months? You're looking at next year. Next year, stay in. Simple. If you're looking long, if you look, keep buying. If you're looking long term, it's retirement, just keep buying. You're fine. If you're buying solid companies like Google and stuff that's not going to go bankrupt, don't go buying RNAS. Don't go buying this crap, right? This is not going to do it for you. But what's your time frame? So we need to know so much about it. But again, your plan has to have that in place. So important to do that up front. So.
Yeah, yeah, it's very true. And that goes back to like ONDS, right? Where you're like, what do you like, what's your target on this? Didn't you make money? I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold this for a while. Like this is
Well,
like this is more like a long-term thing here.
ONDS. Are you still in it? I mean, you're long term. You're buying. I mean, is this like
Yeah, they've
okay?
had so many like government contracts and just big contracts that I think that
Okay.
there is they could actually do really well from a like a fiscal standpoint, which is good for investors. And we have seen a lot of volume come into it recently. So
Yep.
I do like that, but if you think about like PLTR, and if you were to back up a PLTR chart for like,
Oh
the
yeah,
past
of course. Yeah,
5 years,
it's
it took a
crazy.
while for that thing to get going, but once it did, like you really
Yeah.
like down there, yeah, that's what I think about as like ONDS. It's like down there right now, and it
Mm,
could take a while
mm,
to really
yeah.
get going, but you manage your risk, of course. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But for now, I'm
Yep.
looking for a longer term thing on it.
Yeah, no, that's how they start. That's how they start. You could see some downturn, like when this thing got going. So some downturn.
Hmm.
Think did it go to zero? I think it went to like $5. But
Yeah.
if it's long term, it can happen. It can happen. Another one that has had good news like that too was Roller, a little bit more riskier. But this one, if you guys remember, they had this crazy gambling cryptocurrency, that stuff is going to make money. Like they're going to do the same thing Interactive Brokers does, so you can bet on whether it's going to be above 90 degrees today, right? You got these weird bets that you can do now. So they're working on that with some really big names, and every day they're investing. The stock is starting out like this, but again, in 2 years, let's see, because that's going to make a
Yeah.
lot of money if it pans out, right? So like you said, everything starts somewhere, Megan, right? So
That's right.
this could be this
I
could be
mean,
the start of that.
Apple started at like, zero or whatever, $2 or $5 or,
Yeah, yeah.
think about that. So, um, all right, Carlos, I hate to leave you, but
No, no, it's all good.
I do have to get going to another meeting, so I'm gonna jump off. But thanks for having me, you
Yes.
guys. It was
No,
fun.
thank you for taking the time to cover. We appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you next time soon, guys. Give some Megan some thumbs up over in on YouTube. Really appreciate you joining us. So take care.
All right, I'll see you for those of you that are in BBT. I'll see you today at 2 p.m. Eastern in the chat room. Bye, you guys.
All right, awesome. All right, thanks to Megan for joining us here today. That was great. And yeah, friends, she is truly amazing. Amazing trader and amazing person. So love hanging out with Megan. She is a lot of fun. All right, I think last time we saw each other was in Vancouver. Vancouver, I believe it was. Wonder she's going to Vegas. She goes to Vegas, I'll be fun. She goes to Vegas, I'll go to Vegas. We'll go to Vegas and have a great time. All right, friends. No trades here. Just looking to see what we can find, but nothing is near the VWAP. We had the big sell off. Nothing has come back to the VWAP. The only one that came to the VWAP was kind of Google, and the first setup failed. The second one actually worked. The second one actually kind of worked a little bit here, but I wasn't watching it when it actually took place, and we would have definitely taken this one again after doing this pop here and then coming below, but we were not watching it, unfortunately. um AMD, beautiful drop here. Tesla, nice sell off. We couldn't get the breakout, so we got two losses on a Tesla, but only one full one. This one was pretty much at break even. Actually, we made a little bit on it, but this one here was the loss on Tesla. And man, what a drop it was. A beautiful drop. And then PLTR as well. So let's see what today brings. We might not get anything until later in the day. I think when things sell off like this, you can have some reversal. I see Tesla trying to bottom out here, maybe head back to the VWAP. So there could be some opportunities there. So we'll see. This was a little bit more than what I had liked. So I lost 3 on this one, 300. So again, nothing crazy. But a little bit more than what I would like. I like to be around 250, 200 in some cases. And even with Tesla 200 for me is great. Because you can get good moves. You don't have to be betting 500 on Tesla. You don't got to be risking that much. It's just way too much, right? When you can get a stock that can move, what's this? This is $7 move, right? So you don't got to take 500 shares. It's just way too much, right? Or not 500 shares, but you don't got to take you don't got to risk $500 to try to make 1,500. It's a lot. And if you have risk 500, and then if you get any type of slippage, that's gonna cost you. So you don't want to do that. So you got to just be very, very careful on the risk. I'm very cautious with Tesla because how fast they can move against you, and the slippage that you can get. Tesla's not a 420 no more. No, no. PCT makeup session. Oh shoot, yes. No. Let me check. Hold on, because I think today's Thursday. Mike, no, I'm gonna have to skip. I'll have to do it tomorrow, because I do have some personal stuff happening with my wife. My wife is in the city taking care of her mom on some stuff that took place last night. So today is gonna be a tough day. All right, Mike, let me confirm. I gotta text someone and I'll let you know. I'll text you back. Let me just check something here. 1 second, guys. Okay, good. Just gotta get a text out, and I can't. Hard to talk and text at the same time. Gotta check on my wife and how things are. All right, Tesla. Oh, look at that. Speaking of reversals, heading back lower here. They're not big, Cold Craft. I don't trade big size. So between 200, 250, sometimes on certain trades, maybe 3, but 200, 250, man. I'm not risking big dollars. I started risking almost 500, 400 a trade when I first started. I mean, and man, I'm telling you, it's no experience risking that much. It's just I look at it. I think about it now. I'm like, man, how reckless that was. Like, now knowing everything I know, how reckless that was. Like first time trading, risking $400, $500 per trade, with no experience, no live experience. So of course I did the sim and all that good stuff, but no live experience. That is just wild. That is just wild. But I had a lot of success starting out. A lot of early, we call it beginner's luck success. It was insane. It was insane. And I'm telling you, I have videos, I have journals I put it out there where I think 1 week was like 1,500. The next week, this is a week. The next week was like 2,000. Then the next week like 2,500. That month was just insane. And I thought, oh, I figured this out. And then I realized it was just somewhat kind of getting luckier. The market was just very, very much on your side. Everything you touched worked. But then when things went south and things were not working, when you're risking that amount, and then you start breaking your rules and you start averaging down, it just multiplies the losses, right? Multiplies them. And I went through that process. And then Melanie, yes. Then after going through that, I went back down to 20. I'm like, okay, I gotta slow my roll here. Went down to $25 risk. I'm like, no. If I keep doing this, I'm gonna end up blowing up all the money I put aside for this, and I'm gonna end up having to go back to 9 to 5. Right, so I had to really reduce the risk, and the thing that pushed broke the camel's back was that $17,000 trade. Woo! Oh, $17,000. I mean, that when I lost that, I was like, okay, this is not good. This is not good. Things got to change. So that was a rough one. That was a rough one. Um, but like Megan mentioned, it's painful. It's very 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 painful process. And that's why I tell people, like start slow, start part time. Don't think about the money, because we all think about the money. That's why I got into this to begin with. It's about the money, right? So I know I know my wife knows, yeah, when I lost the 17,000, my wife, yeah, oh yeah, I had to tell my wife. She was awesome. I told you guys, she was amazing. When I called them, like, listen, I lost this amount. I went on the PDT. I can't train no more. And I explained to her, and then she's like, "Oh, what did you learn from it? Okay, how much do you need to get that count back up to above PDT?" And that was just, that kind of hit a spot. I was like, "Whoa." That's the type of support that I'm getting from the person that loves me the way she does, and the person I love. It made me realize that I better get my shit together and trade well, risk a small size, and really be disciplined. It was good pressure. It was good pressure. It was pressure that, hey, you got people that care about you, that are depending on you. You can't be reckless like this. So that was very helpful. Um, we laugh about it now, me and her, but man, oh, it was tough. It was really really tough. Wow, friends, AMD continues to just fall apart. Continues to fall apart here. Wow, today is another sell-off day. Google's still maintaining, although they had the quick sell-off here. They're still holding here. Um, man, sucks I didn't find no opportunities to go short for VWAP breakouts, because everything was just either slightly below the VWAP. Tesla could have been it here. I don't think I would have taken this trade after just getting out from a long. So I don't think I would have taken this trade. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right, friends. So John will be on with us again tomorrow. So we have John tomorrow, and as we close out the week, and then next week will be John. I think we have someone else covering for a day that John's going to be out. So it's good. We get to see other different moderators and see how they trade as they cover for Peter. It was awesome to have Megan on today, and I'm glad she found something to trade so you guys can see how she trades. Because sometimes people come on for one day, they might not get the opportunity to trade with us because their setup might not happen. But I'm glad she was able to find something to show you guys her trading style. Yeah, Alex, that's usually what happens. A lot of traders, so the comment is, I heard a few successful traders talk about specific events that made them change their risk view. Yes, exactly. And that was my specific event, that big loss, right? Because you realize that, if you keep trading like that, yes, you can make big money, but the losses are just, they're too much. Mentally, they're just going to destroy you. We talk about mental bandwidth. You got to protect both, right? Your mindset, and it was affecting the way I was trading. Like, it was affecting my emotions with the family too. Like, especially on Fridays, you have a bad week, and you could tell that your mind is all on the trading. Like, it was very hard to disconnect from trading and focus on the family, and the kids and everything else, and be in the moment. So I'm like, man, I'm not trying to live like this. The whole point of being a trader is to not have these type of worries and not have this type of pressure, have more time with the family, be more focused, have more free time. And I'm doing the opposite. The free time I have, I'm focusing now on the money I lost. That's no way to live. So reduce your risk, change your risk pattern, and then start small and let it build from there. So very, very important. All right, friends, we're getting something here. AMD starting to bounce back. You guys are mentioning AVGO. Let's take a look. Looks like the SPY's trying to do something here. AVGO coming up against the VWAP. Very good. Keep an eye on that one. Let's see if anything else is still early. Google might be a good one. to break the VWAP too, because I feel like they have not sold off, so maybe they want to go long, but um, it's a strong stock today, so let's see what happens. AMD, a lot of reversal stuff. Any of you guys trade reversals? Are any of you guys in any reversal trades at the moment? I'm not a reversal trader myself. I'm in Nvidia. Okay, so people taking reversals in Nvidia. Very good. Yep, that's coming up here. Oh, we talked about coin earlier today. Coin. Yep, very nice. Waiting on AMD. Yeah. Going long AMD. Right, so some people are looking for AMD possible breaks there. Very good. Ronald, bring Megan back. Yeah, we'll definitely bring her back. Yeah, we'll bring her back. It's early for her. She's on the East Coast, in the West Coast. So it's very very early for her to join this pre-market show. But maybe we could bring her a little bit later. Maybe it's just for the open or something. We'll figure it out. But we'll definitely have her back. She's awesome. AMD, Tesla, IMS continues to drop lower. Google seems interesting to me, and AVGO we spoke about it as well, right? Did it break already? Here it is, AVGO also breaking above the VF. This could be it. Between this one and Google, I think we have some good opportunities. Don't break too high, man. Come on, AVGO, just stay right there. Don't go too high, so we can stay near the VWAP. What a great run! What's the deal with? Is any specific? I mean, this looks. I mean, I know stuff is reversing, but look at the way this thing just popped up all the way up here. That's really nice. So I made a gazillion yesterday. Just keep it, chat. Making it is easy. Can never say nothing is easy in trading, but keep it. Make sure you keep it. That's important. That is the challenge. Keeping the money you make. All right, so I'm looking at AVGO and also Google. They're both crossing the VWAP here. So far, we only have one loss today. Two trades. Well, two trades, one break even, one loss. So we haven't traded much this morning. Let's see if we can take one more trade before my time runs out. After 11:30, I don't trade anymore. I just end up losing money. I learned that some time ago now. Not rare. I just don't take any day trades after 11:30. After many painful lessons of giving the money back, right? Giving the money back. Yep, take the money and run. Simon, 100%. Yes, Amazon earnings tonight. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. That's another thing you could do. Yeah, if you're above your go on DAS, go on Sim and do that. Yeah. We've done that here a few times. Like when we already had a good day and I want to take a trade, we'll do it in the funded account, right? So that's another way to do that. All right, so here it is, friends. Here's the breakout. Here's the pullback. Here's our signal. We're going to go long Google. We are going to set our stop 317.82. We just want to give ourselves a little bit of room on this one. So 317, below 317.80. I would like to cover this area, but I don't want to be too far either. But you can see here will be a good area as well as far as technical goes. So let's see if we can get the breakout. So nice. It's a very clean VWAP breakout. Google is a tough one. I think it's a very difficult stock to trade. But let's see if it can prove us wrong today. Let's see if we're we're going to get the continuation. AVGO did try to get the breakout going here, but a little bit messy. It could still work if they can get back. If they don't lose anymore, they can get back up quickly. It could probably still work. But it's a little bit on the messier side. All right, I'm looking at Google on the screen here. We're pulling back a bit. We got to stay above this 318, hopefully. Yeah, this is looking more of a fail here. Yeah, so this is no good now. This is definitely no good for the VWAP breakout. Like you can see here, this just has failed the actual setup. Google looks like it's about to fail. 317. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out on Google. 317.70. Here's our stop. We don't want to be going below this. Yeah, we're out on Google. Let's get out of it. We're out. Let me see. What happened? How come we didn't get the continuation? That's such a beautiful setup. What's going on, SPY? Such a clean setup. Let's see if we get back up there. I'll take another shot at it. But what a nice setup. How'd that get messed up? That looked good. Google, like, actually I could say Google looked really good. The SPY you're saying? Let me see the SPY. I didn't look at the SPY. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not good. Yeah, I see the SPY dropping there. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, the just overall market just dropped on us. Same thing with AVGO. These stocks are not doing their own thing, and it's tough when it's like this. Really, really difficult to get these breakouts. You took that trade too? Yeah, it looked great. It looked awesome. But out of nowhere, we just got this volume down, and I could see the SPY. I wasn't looking at the SPY, to be honest, but I could see the SPY here not playing nice with us. Not playing nice. Let's see here. Tesla double. Yeah, Tesla is. I reversed already. It's trying to get to the VWAP now, so we'll see. Let's see if Google's gonna do here. And how about AVGO? Did it come back to the VWAP? And there's nothing else at the VWAP right now. SLV. Oh man, SLV. Wow, this thing is scary, man. Oh, I know so many people are talking about this and getting in and buying here and joining the rally. And it's gonna keep going. That is a tough situation right now for those that bought up there above 90. Above 90, that's. I mean, you're buying hopefully long term, but again, even for long term, you're buying at 90, above 90, and now you're down, almost $40, $30. That's unsettling a little bit. It really is. So a garbage truck might be in order for silver. I think so. I think silver. Oh, Rick, that's good. We get the garbage truck for silver. Oh man. Oh, this is good. I love it. All right, Google. What happened, Google? You had such a beautiful VWAP breakout. Well, how did you mess that up? Such a clean, nice setup. Friends, 1050. Before I forget, let's do our thing. Let's do our funded account giveaway. Let's do hashtag Megan. You guys loved Megan today. She was awesome. 1 second, let me set it up. Hold on. Wait. Let me make sure I do it first. It's not on yet. Hold on. Let me get to it. If you have one already, I have some stuff happening after this, so I'll probably by tonight, because my day is just insane. I'll get that done. All right, it's on. Let's get our hashtags in place, friends. Hashtag Megan gets you in for a funded account. Um, where is Here's the way to join, guys. You just head over to our YouTube channel, Bearable Traders, hashtag Megan. And if you're part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, you get in the raffle. So let's I'm just making sure everything is good. All right, looks good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, friends, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already, guys. Really appreciate you guys being here with us this morning as we trade live and get ready every day for the market open. Build our watch list, go through live trading. Today so far, not a great day for me. We're still under our max loss, well under our max loss, but I don't see any other opportunities. I won't be taking any more trades. I just don't see anything great at the moment. Looking through the stuff here. Probably been asked before, but does the winner need both BBT and TT accounts or just TT? No, you just need the trading terminal account. Because the funded account is in addition to the trading terminal premium subscription, right? So you do have to have a premium trading account, which many of you guys already have. So all you have to do is just go into the actual checkout, put in the code I'm going to email you if you win, and then it'll make the price free on there. Okay, so that's all you have to do. You have to have that premium membership, and you got to keep it for the 3 months, right? Given that I know you're going to make your account last 3 months. I know you are. I know you're going to go the whole 90 days. You're going to get your payout. So I know you're going to do that. All right, 121 entries, and here we have a couple of winners. I want to show you here. We do have a couple of names that have won. So I think here are most recent winners. Let me show you here. He is trade small. Got to trade small. So here's Sunil, 2,000. We have 4,000, 1,200, 6,600, and we had 9,000. Right, max is 10. So here are our most recent winners on the funded accounts. It's just don't swing for the fences. I always say, trade small, and build it. All right, let's do it, friends. Here's the funded account. So the winner for today. Let me go back to my page. All right, our winner today is going to be. If I win again, do I get to nominate who it goes to? No, if you win again, I'll run it again. You can only win once or maybe twice, but the likelihood are not too high unless you're bright for lights and you're doing some voodoo stuff that he pulled off to win. I don't know what he did. All right, here it is. The winner today goes to Miss Minimis Sim 8285. So maybe Mimi Sim 8285. Congratulations, you are the winner of the funded account. So email me carlos@bearwithtraders.com and we will get you all set up and ready to go. So that is good stuff. Now I believe, is Thor coming on today? I think Thor is off today, if I recall correctly. I think he has some stuff he's working on. So we'll stick around for a little bit. If he doesn't show up, then we'll wrap it up. But I think he has some stuff that he's taking care of, or traveling to New York or something. Let's see what else, guys. Any questions, friends? As we wait for Thor, any questions anyone might have? Take care of some questions. Thursday. Yeah, I think he's in New York. I think he's in the New York Stock Exchange today and tomorrow. Reverse head and shoulder on AMD. Uh, I don't trade that strategy, so I'm not sure. What time frame are you looking at? This year? He is, right? Okay, yeah, he is traveling. Okay. We'll hang out for a little bit more and then we'll call it here. I'll hang out with you guys. Um, if you have any questions, let me know. We can get to questions. We can do a whole bunch of stuff in the meantime, but I do have to uh, run and get the kids. Oh, we got somebody joining. Who's this? Let's see who is here. Oh, Gary. How are you, my brother? See, Gary joined. Then he left. He joined and left. Let's get Gary in Paris. Will be nice. It's okay. It's okay, Gary. You could join. Come to the party. Okay, so Gary's gonna be on today. All right, so Gary's gonna be on with you guys. Awesome. Awesome. Gary's coming. Seriously? It went up 600%? Get out of here. Kelly B went up 600%. Let's go to it. What? What? Oh my. How many shares this thing traded? 3? Every 3 minutes? What? What is this, man? This is insane. So it went up more. It's up 665% now, but this thing shot up to 125. Oh, this is fun. And it's halted right now, of course, for volatility. People, I'm telling you, people got some guts, man. Like to trade this, you have some serious guts to get in this type of stuff. 1 million shares traded, and this is what you're getting. I mean, people have some big cojones, man. I mean, this is just scary, scary. Like you're literally buying here, whoever's buying here, and you have no idea where this thing is going to end. Now, yeah, if you're buying 1 or 2 shares, doesn't matter. But if you're buying even 100 shares, I mean, you can get destroyed. Uh, it's wild. Can you talk about this, your type of stop loss and the hotkeys that are used? Yeah, so my stop losses are very easy. We had 2 trades here today. Actually, we got a great example to answer that. It's on Tesla, right? So let's look at Tesla here. Hold on, because we'll have 2 different types of stops here on Tesla, right? So the first one we have is we took this for a VR breakout, beautiful VR breakout, but the market was just messing with our trades today, right? So this thing like wanted to break out, beautiful setup, and we just didn't like the price action. We didn't like the way the SPY was looking. The SPY starts to sell off. We didn't get our break above 40106, so we got out even before our stop. Our stop usually originally is going to be below the VWAP line. So my stop is going to be right in this area here. You know, this could be 50 cents. This can be $1, $2. Doesn't matter. We're going to risk the same amount. Between 200 to 250 is what we're going to risk on here, right? We're not going to load the boat or do anything crazy. And then we'll look hopefully to get 1 or 2 Rs. With 2 Rs, actually is what we want to get. So that's a stop there. Then here's another entry. Same thing. The stop below the VWAP here. We had a little bit of slippage on this, but same thing. That's usually where my stop is based on a technical level. So it's always based on a technical level. It's not random, but on the technical level that I choose, normally the VWAP, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room because stocks, they love to come back and test the VWAP, right? They love to do that. So yeah, so that's how I set up my stops, and I just use my hotkey. I just use my hotkey to get in and out of trades. If I'm walking away, then I'll just put a stop loss order. Hey Gary, how's it going, man?
Hey, how are you, Carlos?
I'm doing good, my friend. I'm doing good. How was your trading day today?
Well, okay, day, nothing crazy. I got a great trade of Nvidia, but I missed the meat of the
Nice.
move. I got the long to 176.69, which I was
Yeah.
targeting. I was targeting 177, but that 30 cents where it started rejecting, I got all out and I got it in options actually. It was
Oh,
a
okay.
beautiful
Okay.
trade. It worked out exactly where I planned to enter. It was perfect. Uh,
Nice.
but but then I tried one more long and lost a little bit money up on that, and then I called it a day. That's it. So up,
Gotcha.
I would say up, not pretty green, but not dirty green also, just like regular bread and butter green.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right, man. Let me get you set up here. I'm going to bring your camera, and if you want, you can share your screen, and then we can bring that up as well, right through
Hold on,
Zoom.
let me hold on 1 second. Uh, Let me remind Paris as well.
Yes,
Uh,
have him. He can join it here. We can also have him. We can transmit to the chat.
where is Zoom? Why don't I see my Zoom workplace? And I have so many windows open right now, it's not funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never done that. I mean, every day I have tons of stuff opening.
Uh,
Uh, we're mixing it up today. Yes,
uh,
Vince, it's good. Mixing up is good. You see how other people trade, and it's good to have different people on. It's nice to see different styles to kind of show you, man. There's
share.
not there's not one way of
Uh,
doing this. So many different ways uh, to trade.
Hold on. Okay. Share. Screen 4. Share. I gotta move these controls and move this. All right. Do you want to remind Paris, or should I do
Yeah,
it?
I'll send him a message here. Make sure
Okay.
he has the link to join. Yeah, Susan, make sure you are live. Because yeah, it is over, but I think people just kind of fall behind on the live. I think. All right, let's see.
Mm. Can you guys see my screen or no?
Oh, hold on. All right, I gotta turn it on here.
Okay.
I gotta set it up.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. So it's not the most ideal of trades, but here is what I was looking at. And so pre-market, Nvidia starts bouncing, hits VWAP, comes back, holds the 78 dot fib, holds the 61 dot fib as we started bouncing off VWAP, like came down, went back up. I added a small size, and technically I should have been stopped out about PDC, but I was willing to add size if we hit the 61.8. And then we had a big green candle and we closed over the 200 SMA. I was looking for it to go and hit targets of 176.70 and 177.20. So I moved to break even because this was a big drawdown. So my RVR was not great. So I was happy to like break even though it was at VWAP, and then get another entry. So my second entry, which was also not ideal, but this is why I'm saying it's a dirty green day, is hold on, let me just do this. And let's get one more chart there. My second entry was based on here. And the same thing unfortunately happened. So I bought as we broke out. This is 937, 937. And I was very aware of this price right here. You see this price of what do you call that on 933 of 174.50? Let's just call it 174.50. I was very aware of this price in a sense that the price might come back to that. Why would that happen becomes the question then. Why would that happen? That because in an ideal world, nobody wants to chase. And if nobody wants to chase, then you want to buy what was being rejected. In this case, it was the 89 EMA. So I was expecting a bounce here. So while I bought here, I added heavily here, right here. And then I got my first target, I sold some. I got my second target, I sold a lot more. And then as we're rejecting the 175 central pivot, yes, cams work on futures, they work on options, they work on equities, but it's amazing how beautifully they work on options and futures. So I was like, you know what? I don't have a great entry anyways. Let me just get out. So this was, again, so two trades, both I had to go through a big drawdown. That's why I was saying it's not a pretty green day. It's kind of a okay-ish green day. And you know what happens? At least my thesis was right. My stop loss was technical in nature. When we got here, I was willing to add. And that's the key lesson for the day, at least for me. Like, I wasn't scared about this drawdown. And you know what? The most important thing in all of this is that your size has to be right. If your size is too big, then this would scare you. But this is a dollar drop. And look, end of the day, and this is from 327 to 270, about 50 cents. So is it an ideal trade? No. This is the ideal trade. This is the ideal trade. This is the entry I wanted. So I was happy to add more. And had it gone lower, I would have stopped out. This is the entry I wanted right here. Hadn't gone lower, I would have stopped out. And so I had a decent day in terms of, and look, I was heavy because I was targeting this. And yeah, it wasn't the prettiest of days. I've had prettier days, a lot prettier days. Like yesterday, I nailed the top and bottom of the SPY. But the first move, not the second move. But today, yeah, it was just what it was. So it's fine. And then I just stopped because I had a decent day. So, and it doesn't look like I am going to be having a great day to begin with. Paris, I see you're here.
Yeah, I am. How are you?
Good, man. Good. I had a kind of okay day, but I had bigger size. So size does matter, I guess, if you know how to use it. Uh, but yeah, nothing which was spectacular. Just bread
Uh,
and butter.
Yeah, very similar for me as well. Hey, everybody on YouTube. Let's talk about stuff that we did today. Uh, I actually traded Tesla at the open. That was a very good profitable trade. And then I traded, let me share my screen if that's easier. Okay.
Right. Are we hitting 6,800 on SPX? That's what I'm interested in knowing. 6,800 incoming. Okay. On ES.
Perfect domain
67.
is out there. Go to
Okay, so let's see. Hello, everyone on YouTube. I have been here before, but after a long, long time. So, yeah, I did let you guys remember it. I love Tesla. Yes.
Paul Thor is in New York. He's meeting some New York Exchange folks. So maybe he'll have some juicy stuff to tell you all when he's back. I believe Monday.
Man, Adrian, you are on YouTube too. Okay, so let's talk about the trade on Tesla. So at the open, I got a really nice move on Tesla. I went long from 396. I think that was the whole idea of longing 396 to 400 and 400 and higher. And that's exactly what I did when it bounced like this from 393, held, and that's when I would want to long for a squeeze to the upside. All the sellers who would be here would be trapped, and then they would scale out. And once they scale out, that's where I would be starting to profit take. So turned out to be from 396 up to 401, 5-point move, and it did not look very bullish around this area. And that's why I did not even wait. I did not add to my position. I did not, uh, and I even got out before my break-even point right here. This is complete exit above the break-even point, and just because I did not like it. And once I don't like it, as people who know me, I usually rely on the tape to understand the imbalance between buyers and sellers, and that's exactly what I did not feel like it, and I got out completely. And as you can see, it completely lost and lost the low of the day, and it's actually trading lower. So that was on this thing, and then I traded HIMS. To HIMS was something that was turned out to be a disappointing, but in the past when they have a catalyst on HIMS. So HIMS today actually came out with and that's why in the pre-market there was no earnings or anything on HIMS, but it had a news about they came out with the semaglutide weight loss drug that is available on HIMS, and it is going to be that's what it made it gap up, and it's going to be starting for $49 or something to get to that particular drug. So that's what that was led to a gap up. It was gapped up 15%, but it was the interesting thing was it gapped up from the 52-week low. So that was that's the 24 was the 52-week low, and it actually gapped up on that news. So it has turned out to be it could have been a very good double bottom too, who on a daily. So that's why I was a little interested that it can actually go to 29 and 30 today. So at the open, it did not have any volume. So I did not even participate in anything. The volume was literally 300,000 shares. The first minute was even 100,000 shares. So that told me that there's not a lot of interest in people. It's gapped up. It had a lot of volume in the pre-market, but at the open, it did not have come up with any volume. And that's what I'm like, okay, I would wait for any range to be broken. So when it broke out of the range, so this was the initial range right here. And once it broke out of the range, I went long, it popped up. I went added more heavy. I like this time, I think very good chance it actually pops up to 29 and then 30. That was my 30 was my major target and could have been a very nice move to the upside. But and I went long, sold, took some profits, but then stopped out at break even. Then I took one more trade at the retest area. I actually cut my position here, but that added back in for another pop up to 28 and then higher, but it never did, stopped out at break even. Then the third time I also again tried, it did pop 10 cents, but then I did not like it because when things don't have a continuation, I do not even wait for my stop losses to hit. I completely get out as soon as it lost the 27 and then was a 10 cents loss on that. But it was a disappointing price action on him. I had high expectation from him. So that was on this thing. I traded Google. Google was also a little disappointing. I tried to short Google. I was short biased on Google, but at the open, it was very bullish. So I was waiting for the areas to be areas that I was interested in. So 322.50 and 325 were the areas that I was interested in, but it still did not look bearish. Even I shorted it, I scalped it, got completely out, and as you can see, it completely got against me. And then I shorted one more time on Google, dropped, but then again was bought back up. And then the third time I started shorting the 319 at this is the one that worked out for me, 319 to 316, and then stopped out at break even. So that is pretty much green on the day, but most of my trades were like profit taking and then break even, and nothing crazy overall, nothing like bigger moves. I think the trade of the day was Tesla, where I got a 5-point move, but apart from that, nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even I didn't have a great day, but looks like SPY may gain some strength now. Yeah. Oh man, I was looking at it. We had 6,800 on ES and immediate reaction. I want to scalp it. I don't know how to scalp it. But what I'd rather wait for is a new high and a pullback in a region. Like this is one candle which is saying, yeah, we have broken out. Like so far we had been closing under the 2 and then under the 20. This is a clean statement of us closing over the 20. Now if this candle stays here, the moving averages will cross, and then you will see some market maker trickery of rejecting, coming down, going up, coming down. So back to Nvidia, can we target? The thing is, I'm looking at open interest buyers, and for me, Nvidia tomorrow 680 is lit. I mean, well, not
Nvidia?
180 is lit. So that's what's confusing me. That where is the
Nvidia 180.
for tomorrow? It's lit. Need not go there, but it's lit. 60,000 contracts for tomorrow, and
So that means we should long Tesla, sorry, long Nvidia, right? I think I should.
generally, yeah.
Yeah, so I think let's long it.
And I mean, even on the daily, if you start looking at the daily on Nvidia, it's actually in a pretty interesting area, right? There's been some sort of a support here. So what I want to do is play the EMA game. Let's see what happens. Now, do we 172.31 is what the price I would look for right here. See if we can get this. If we don't get this, we don't get this.
180 on Nvidia. Yeah, let's see if we can get a pullback and get in. And
So let's look
that
at
is the
SPY
case.
here.
We might swing it, right? So it's that bounced, SPY bounced.
AMD. Okay, now we should pull back in a little. 172.50. A sudden change. You can see it, like even the way tape is moving, you can see there's a sudden change.
So I am also long, I am long Tesla.
Tesla.
One more time on Tesla. I'm looking for the break of 393. But I'm also thinking of going long on Nvidia. So Nvidia looks like it wants to break out. Okay, so Tesla popped back up on 393. Let's see if it break out of 393. Nvidia, I was looking to get in around 170-60 area. So
Yeah,
that,
so was I, but that didn't work out, and I might get stopped out. But I'm literally playing over under the 89 EMA, so that's my stop loss. Either it goes or it doesn't go. 173.08. What's my entry? 173.13. If you can get Pete, let's put a marker here. 173.47, 90, so 20 cents, 30 cents. That's not a good RVR.
Oh, James did a very nice trade in the chat room on SLV. James, very nice on SLV. Wow, beauty. So Tesla popping up, guys. 394.
Oh, nice.
Love you, Tesla. Love you.
Nice.
Love you, Tesla.
Nice, James.
Yeah, see that, guys? This is exactly what I was looking
Yeah,
for.
it's just that it's not lifting, and that's what I'm not liking. It should lift. Entry is not cool enough.
So selling some on Tesla. Anybody take that on Tesla, guys, with me? This is exactly where I was talking about, that this is what I was expecting.
I want lift on Nvidia. It's not lifting. It's coming back.
So what
Oh,
is
it's
NVIDIA?
probably gonna come back.
I love you, Tesla. You are amazing.
All right, we rechecked and then we bounced. 173.27. Can we go over 173.27? 29, 27. All right, 29. All right, I'm gonna move to break even now. All right, that was easy. If it comes back, gets me, it comes back, gets me. That's fine. I'll probably get back in again. And we got stopped out. That's fine. Because it was a chaser entry. My ideal entry is about 172.50. So either I get the momentum and it goes all the way, and if it doesn't go, then that's fine. I'll get out. I'm not gonna wait. Because ideally we want to break and create a new high before you want to enter. Let's see how this 2-minute closes. Now it's gonna go. So
Oh,
nice.
beauty. Tesla.
Now it's gonna go.
Which one? NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Man, this
And it can really go, trust me.
Oh
It
man, I
can
wanted to get in on NVIDIA.
it can
So that's
really
okay.
go.
Tesla worked out really nice. Yeah. 395. Beauty.
Yep, haven't heard that in a while. Preview news. Come on, Paras. You gotta say that for us once.
I love you, Tesla.
There we go.
She never disappoints.
Oh man, this lifted. Can we go to 685 on SPY? That's the question. Missed the long. The other thing is I've had a pretty decent day because I was very heavy because I traded options Paras on Nvidia. I had about a decent size, so I'm pretty good for the day. We're rejecting the same price, the pink line here. Oh, yep. So keep that in mind, folks. Now, is that a fake out? Can we get, ideally what the price I want for a perfect entry is 172.30. That's the price I want for a perfect entry. Let's see if SPY created a higher high. Let's see what the pullback looks like. Let's see if the pullback holds 677 and 676.50. Hey, Chris MC, that was actually a good shot. If you saw it holding to the penny, that's an immediate shot. I agree. But now you see all this selling and all we did was touch the 20 on the 1, not even like on the 2 or something. So it's still bullish. Like we're just holding the 9. No big deal. Didn't get our entry. Now we're gonna break out. Screw it. I'm just gonna do a chaser long.
Ah,
See
nice.
what happens.
So 395, 40, 50. Let's pop up. 60. Very nice. Selling some more. 395, 60.
I'm chasing. I should not be chasing. Kidding me. Let's see what happens. So at least we broke it. Now you have limit orders been placed here. Let's see what happens. $177.54. We broke out. Can we go to 177? That's the question I have.
And this is. So you got in. Oh man, that was a very good
Oh,
entry.
oh,
Did you get in around 173?
no, I did not. I chased it, and I know I should not have chased it. So I'm gonna,
173.
and yeah, that would have been the perfect entry. Now this should hold. If we hold here, the breakout should hold, maybe get the moving average. And then I'm looking for reasons to add. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it hit VWAP. And I wanted to have enough strength that we go to 175 before stopping.
Tesla is gonna make my day. I think it's gonna go to 400. I think I'm gonna think about adding more to the position. I have a pretty good entry, 392. Actually, yeah, 392.
We are breaking out.
Nvidia, man, I was thinking of Nvidia long too. 173.
Go, baby. I want people like there should be no new 1 minute low on Tesla on Nvidia. Just we keep on going. We check this. In fact, this becomes my stop loss now. Oops.
So Nvidia is so strong. Tesla is strong.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't plan on trading. I was done, but now we can sit back, relax, and see if we can get 175.
Love it. Love it. Tesla. Selling some. 396, 12. I think 400 is coming on Tesla.
Thing is, SPY can go to 685, and I will not be surprised. That was my thesis initially, but we had to go down to go up, I guess. And now we just hold. So if yesterday low is rejected, then PDC and open price 175 and maybe 177. 177 might be too much. But let's see what happens. I just want it to go, like not pause, like surprise everyone, like what the hell is this? We were weak and now suddenly we are so strong.
Okay.
Ganesh, my thesis was based on where open interest lies. And that's how I like to understand where the smart money is. So today, smart money was between 680 and 685. They were short, they were long the 685 put and long the 680 put. Which means if the price is, let's say 675, then you can start buying because you are long the 680 put, So if you start buying 675, you can buy up till 680, maybe 685, and lock in all your profits. Because you don't know where it goes tomorrow. And this is exactly the move I was looking on NVIDIA. Hold the 9. As long as you hold the 9, I don't have a problem. And that's why this was a chaser entry, so I did it with a smaller size. But yeah, it's fine. And you guys will be surprised how strong suddenly the entire market is. But that's how we roll once you understand liquidity.
So Trade Hub, I think you have a question if I long more short or I usually my long versus short in my past stats is usually very much 50-50. I think I am more of a short bias trader, but I'm more comfortable shorting it, but when longing is there, but my trades have always been 50-50. It hasn't been like a only short or only longs. It depends on the day also. What day, what bias do I have, and but one thing I've learned from the experience is that if you're a long bias trader, you are in a much better way because the market is gonna go up and chances of market because the imbalance is more on the long side. And the reason I say that is because not everybody is actually shorting it or selling it. People are like the 401k accounts and the new money that is being printed. Only traders like us are the ones who are shorting it or getting out, or the hedge funds who are trying to, do the positions. But overall, like looking at a bigger picture, when you talk about investors, when you talk about big funds that are trying to just add into the 401ks and the social security stuff like that, it's mostly the market is biased on the
We're
long
gonna
side
take
and
a
short side.
partial here. We're gonna take a partial here. Oh man, we lifted. I was hoping we'd pull back.
So hope that
But
makes sense when you are trading at any given point. You have to understand that yes, at that point of time, it could be a day of pullback, but from a bigger picture standpoint, the markets are gonna trend higher. So if you're a long bias trader, usually it's safer. But personally, my head is I have to force myself if the position is long, but I do not have to force myself for a short. I'm much easier. I'll take short easily than taking longs. Longs, I have to be very convicted to go long. But I do take long all the time.
wait, you take longs and shorts?
Yeah, I take both all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm more comfortable shorting it because when you're shorting it, you're anticipating the move to go in your favor very quickly.
Yeah.
So I get very comfortable when I'm shorting it because the second I get in, it moves very quickly in your favor. For longs, I think you have to be a little bit more patient.
Steps up, elevator down.
Yeah.
All right, where we go. That was easy.
Yeah, man. I have a FOMO on Nvidia now.
There we go. And that's exactly what I was trying to say. There should be no new 1 minute low. We just go. Everybody is going to be surprised. What the hell just happened? We were so weak and suddenly we are so strong.
So, Gary, there is a question for you on if you offer mentorship. Do you want
Uh, yes, I do. Moiminor. Sorry if I butchered your name. I do. You can actually go to my website. And I'm actually currently offering 1 hour free mentorship. If you're interested in that, just sign up. I'm happy to help you out. I trade options. Yes, Cadbury. Cadbury, I trade options. I pretty much traded every day. I traded them today. I also like trading SPX options. I usually don't recommend SPX options to anyone. I think they are a widowmaker, to be honest. Tithargarh, Amit Kumar, most of the people over here are not trading Tithargarh wagons. We are not trading Indian equity. What's my website? Don't come back. That's awesome, Chris MC. Let's see if we can hold. I want to buy any and all. I don't want to buy. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. Oh, did I not post the link? I do. How many times? I mean, what's your website? Ronald Mumta, just go up a little. You will see it. I'll post it one last time and then let's just talk trading. Oops, sorry, not that. I misspelled. Yeah, I will not be surprised if by tomorrow's Nvidia is 180 personally, or touches 180. Might fail it. So 172, 175 expected. What's the ATR on Nvidia? Does anyone know? Top of their head? And Carlos has not been hiding us. Who said that? No, we are just in the other room with the Bearable folks. Every day, 11 to 12. Oh, I forgot this has been streamed in our, what do you call?
The chat room too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post alert.
We hire other premium traders in behind the paywall. You stuck with me and Peter.
All right. So now you see how on the 2-minute Nvidia is rejecting the 200 SMA with the doji. I expect a pullback. Maybe we come back to, and I will add if we go over this price now, because all these shorts would be wrong. And then if we break even, we break even. That's fine. Thor Golnarist or Gol and Arist is meeting with a few folks at the New York Stock Exchange. And I know one of his buddies is Peter Tuchman. So maybe he will have something juicy to tell you all when he's back on Monday. Yeah, I would bug him and tell us. Carlos? Oh, you don't see my link for the website? I don't know. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I can't post it, Carlos. Understood. No free marketing.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't see it on YouTube though, because if you post, I can unhide it, but I didn't see you post it here, so it's okay. I put it in there anyway already.
Sure. Let's see what we get. Should we buy the pullback or should we buy the breakout? That's the question I have. It's always been fun trading with Paris. I've learned so much from Paris and so much from Thor. You guys are really lucky in the YouTube land that you get to see Thor every day, and Carlos. Carlos, you know what? I love my VWAP plays, but the way Carlos executes them, it's just amazing. It is absolutely amazing how Carlos does it. So I thought Carlos was older than me. I met him in Thailand, and I thought Carlos was older than me and a better trader. I could accept that. But when I met him, I actually realized Carlos is younger than me. I was like, Carlos, you're no longer in my good books now. You're no longer in my good books.
Oh man.
All right, let's partial. And missed my partial. But the reason I don't want a partial is we have such a nice entry. I don't see us falling down this much. At the same time, I want a partial so that I can add more at the pullback. Let's see. I just don't want at any point in this trade, this to turn a red trade. So let's look at some higher time frames to see if we can find something. Oh, we broke this also. That's fine. So we probably another 10 minutes just. We're probably gonna chill here for a bit. This is going to be a half an hour of job, so we just gotta sit and relax. No, there's no correlation between age and better trading. All I thought was he has been trading for a lot longer than I am. So of course, there's high correlation between screen time and profitability. So that's what I meant. And was Megan on the show earlier, Carlos?
Yeah, we had Megan from the pre-market all the way to about 10:30. She traded live. She actually had two great trades, man, on
Nice.
Google and AMD. So everyone got to see how she trades, and it worked out awesome for her. So yeah.
Value in, value out, value to value. Supply to demand, demand to supply every day. If Megan traded Google, I can possibly tell you what she did.
Yeah, she took it from I'll give you the time frame around 9:50. That consolidation, she had to wait a while, but then it finally broke down at 9:58, almost 10 o'clock. Started breaking down to the VWAP, and then AMD she took around same thing 202 like 40 or something. She took the top all the way down to 196.72. So she had some really good moves.
Oh, nice. Where is Nvidia now? I just wanted to hold the 9 and not go lower. Todd is not in the VBT chat room. He is in, what do you call? He's on holiday, on vacation. He should be back Monday. Paras is exceptionally quiet. Counting your money, Paras, in Tesla?
I'm thinking of Tesla adding too, but adding is like it would mess up my average and not giving me a deeper pullback to go to the
No.
position. But I know for a fact that it's gonna go higher. So I'm still holding 370 shares on Tesla.
Nice. Yeah, I started a small size on Nvidia and I had to partial like 30% because that was a chaser entry anyways. So couldn't play a big size. Well, regular size, I mean. This is exactly what I was looking. Where's SPY? Are we about 680? Maybe about 680. Can we go to 685 is the question. Man, I would have captured this if I was willing to pay attention here. But there has to be a pullback. SPY doesn't get a pullback, that would be insane. To 678.50. Just gonna watch Nvidia. Carlos, I'm not sure what an option flip is. I basically, when I buy options, I'm personally just levering up, but I am trading the underlying chart, right? So instead of buying 5,000 shares of Tesla, I would buy 50 lots. But my stop loss would be based on the underlying, my targets would be based on the underlying. SPX is a slightly different because it's zero DTE. So you can buy out of the money. And then, if it goes, your risk reward is skewed when you're doing out of money on ODTs. So long as you understand what you're doing. Because fall to 174, maybe even 173.48, 45. They don't bounce here. That's a problem.
Bitcoin is down to 67,000.
Yeah, it's funny. Like a month ago, we had Robert Zhang here on YouTube, one of the guest speakers. He was talking about how there's another possible 10-20% correction remaining. That time, I think it was about 85, I think, or more. And he just texted me right now saying this is the time you want to buy Bitcoin. It's capitulation.
Oh, really?
But look, I mean, yeah, I don't like buying falling knives, right? All right, we're gonna. Can we suddenly fall and get 173.45?
So Tesla did a pullback. Let's see if it gives us a chance to add more.
Corey, all I know is Robert has made a lot of money, and by a lot of money, I'm talking about multiples of millions, buying and holding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's not a random guy saying something, it's somebody who has invested over a period of time and made money who's saying that. So again, this is not an investment advice. I'm not saying he's right. He could be a Michael Saylor for all we know. He's just gonna hold it, eventually proven right or wrong. But it's not a random person telling me that it's a buy. It's somebody whom I respect, whom I know has had success trading their crypto and significant success. So that's the only reason I listen to him. Does that mean I'm gonna go buy? Probably not, because I already hold one. I'm just gonna hold it.
Your voice went away.
Oh, my voice went away. Can you guys hear me now?
Now now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I was just saying Robert is someone who has made money on crypto and a lot of money. So it's not a random person saying that. It's somebody I respect a lot. That's why I wanted to partial here.
Technically, Bitcoin is down to 50%, right? From the highs.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna get liquidated, and that should hopefully provide us with an entry. There we go. Bang. Come on, baby. Let's see where it closes. This guy is like, what the hell just happened? Why are we going up? We were going down. Is this set in stone that thou shall not pass? We are passing and we are lifting. So my stop loss is moving to don't make a new low. If it does, that's fine. I'll get back in. And if we start rejecting here, break, break, break. I've seen this pattern so many times. deep sell-off, hold, breakout. And this breakout usually goes, just usually goes. I mean, this is exactly the move I was looking for. Everybody's like shocked. What happened?
As I added more on Tesla, selling some more at 398.
Yeah, Percival, he retired. Now technically we should still hold the 9 and ideally not go below this price, 175.01. And I'm not feeling well today. I was very surprised with the sell-off today, but because I was thinking the range is going to be 680 to 685, but it turned out to be 675 to 680. Maybe we still get 685. Damn, Paris, look at Nvidia go.
Yeah, Tesla too.
Yeah. All right, let's take some out here. I will because I can. I have 500 shares.
I wish I had that big of a size, Steve.
No, I did not. I don't have a big size. I had 1,000 shares. Now I have 500 left. With that partial here. And now I'm gonna take out 10% each time. But there's no reason for me to. What does the ladder look like? We got 176, 177. 177 is in play. I was telling him, Andrew, in the morning when I took this long, I was telling Andrew 177 is in play. And he held and then he broke even. He's like, man, I was surprised 177 did not happen. So let's what do we look like on the 5-minute? Ah, okay.
Come on, break 398. I want to see the break of 398 and then go to 400. 400, I'll take the major exit.
We should wait for 420.69. The
Of
spookum price.
course.
Yeah, that's a little far away. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I think 400 is achievable. SLV, I think
Right. We're
one of
gonna
the
move to 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here.
someone in the chat room traded SLV.
So
Yes.
nice.
Oh wow, very nice bounce on SLV. Yeah, it deserves a bounce. It did a pullback. Yeah, exactly at 50%. Not 50%, sorry.
Bang. What a day.
Ah, Tesla popping up. It lifted the 398. It lifted 398. Beauty.
So this is what a pretty green day looks like. I made money earlier. That was not a dirty green, but a okayish green. But this is trading with conviction, having a price in mind, having a defined stop loss, and then trading. So this is how I like to trade usually. Let's see what happens. What I'm also interested in seeing is NVIDIA 175. Did we do a S3. Yeah, we held S3 and we bounced. So we should get $3.
Oh, boom. Selling some. Ah, beauty.
Yeah, if we lift 682 on SPY, I see no reason we don't go to 685 or 685. Yeah, 685. And 74.50. What happened? We rejected?
Somebody slammed it. I don't know what happened.
Yes.
This is not good. Somebody slammed it really hard. Everything is dropping. What the hell happened? Some news or something.
This was a big slam. Just gonna trigger liquidity sweep, I think.
I added a little more in this drop. Let's see if it has a chance to hold it.
Well, gotta go.
Yeah, I added more on Tesla. So you guys can see
Nice.
my screen. You guys should be able to see my screen, guys. And yeah, Ganesha, you can. I have traded SLV and you can trade using the tape.
Oh, what happened? My computer crashed.
So Lewis, good question on why did I take Tesla? I think because I wanted to see it bottoms out and I was long biased on it. And Tesla has sold off and has led to an extension on the and from a daily standpoint, if you look at the daily, I'm looking for the areas of bounce at 390 and 385. So I was wanting to see if it bounces from 390. And once I start seeing a price action where it is trying to hold, like you see 390 right here, I was looking for a continuation to the upside. And that's usually I want to see some buying rush. And same thing with here, 396 was area that I was interested in. 396 have popped up, and now I'm interested in the area that is the levels that I'm on a daily and on a higher time frame, and then I try to execute that in a lower time frame. And that's the idea behind it. Because Tesla has sold off a lot in the recent past, and you're expecting a bounce on Tesla. Okay, I think it's top of the hour, guys. It was
Okay.
amazing hanging out on YouTube and in the chat room. I think take care, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and
All right, folks. See you
Yeah.
all next time. Bye.